Alright, so we boots ready to get this show on the road.
No.
Men in wetsuits have shitty day.
Very true.
10 for dinosaur.
Maybe more. No.
Oh, so I think I gave my hit points. What hit points does Austin's character have?
Oh, that's right.
What? 35?
35.
Oh, 38.
Okay, so if Rock had 38, that's how much I have off of my rolls. So I do think I did the hit points for level up. I just don't think I wrote down my 4th level ability.
I have an actual damagey thingy that does more than like 3 damage.
I probably literally don't have a damagey thingy.
That makes sense. You're like a heal bot.
How unfortunate.
Poor unfortunate souls. Oh, dope.
So I'm just going to quickly write down my 4th level ability, and I'm all solid.
Solid, like she said, the sausage solid.
Dude, I'm super solid. Feed the squad. Each teammate will roll and regain 46 hit points. Everything is better when you're eating together. This attack can only be used once between meals, which means must be rests.
Yeah, I have a 5th level ability.
And there's no area designated to that. So once per combat, I get a 46 heal, unless between combats we don't stop enough to designate a short rest.
Fun. Because that's been a big deal so far.
The out of combat healing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually the during combat healing. That's
Oh, okay.
yeah. This is the big oh shit button.
Look, guys.
I basically get Fireball next level. It would be fun. But only once between meals.
All right.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Hooray!
That took me so long.
It happens sometimes. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are here playing the Feast of Legends. Last time, you managed to make it through the Ice Jester's play place. You defeated some guy whose name I can't really bother to remember right now.
Constable?
The Constable. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
You defeated him. You managed to relight the Bacon Beacon. Hey, what's up, villain?
Villain!
Howdy, howdy.
Good to see ya.
You waste no time.
You know.
He's already starting off with the insults.
Well, I think that it's more of an affectionate term for what we actually are at this point.
That's true.
Like, villain's not like.
He's just declaring that he understands us.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows us.
It's the hat squad versus the non-hat squad.
I mean, let's be perfectly honest here, guys. We're not in high school anymore. Is nerds really an insult?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
because once you're out of high school, it's always a joke of like one day your boss will be a nerd or something.
Well, one day the nerd will be your boss, but yes.
Unless, of course, you stay in the industry that doesn't require a college education, and then it's still the punks who are the bosses. Hence my life.
Bummer.
I know.
But it goes sometimes.
See, I got the best of both worlds. You need a college education for my job, but I don't have the college education.
Oh,
for
I
my
totally
job.
didn't. I'm gonna level up now.
That is the best of both worlds.
I just have all of the experience in the world.
Yeah, you guys are all level 5, right?
4. 5.
4.
I thought you said 4.
Oh, that's right.
Four
Because we
because
figured
we're
out
going
that
into
there was
typo.
That's right. There was a typo. I was looking at
For part 4, be level 5. For part 5, be level 4.
Right. That
You
was
guys
fine.
need to go down. So,
Let's bring it down a notch, guys.
in addition to relighting the beacon, you were able to live. When are we going to play Monopoly? I don't know. We
I
still want to
value
be
you
friends.
guys' friendships too much for that.
Yeah, like I think we all want to be friends.
I've never had a problem playing Monopoly with you.
Because you've never played Monopoly with real people.
Is Monopoly a 5-person game? I thought it was only a 4-person game.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like up to like an 8-person game or something.
Is it
ridiculous.
really?
You can
Probably
play with
6
as
or
many
8, yeah.
pieces there are for you to pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more
basically.
people you add, the more cutthroat it gets.
Have you guys seen those commercials for like the Monopoly that takes 10 minutes to play, the speed Monopoly?
No. How do you hit point?
It's like
2d4 plus 4.
That one. I was literally gonna say that.
Yeah, I was totally gonna say that, but I just wanted you guys to make sure you guys knew.
I would make sure that you guys knew how to hit points correctly.
D4 plus 4 is
2d4
plus 4. Oh, it's 2d4.
Glad you're all taking care of each other. Fact checking, all that kind of good stuff. It's important.
8.
So, in addition to relighting the
43.
beacon to call for aid to unite everyone in
Gondor calls for aid.
Yeah, exactly. In this case, it's
I got a
capital
really
city of
useless
Freshtovia.
ability.
Cost.
I can hold my turn.
Okay.
Or I can pass my turn. I'm gonna say the exact phrasing of it.
When you only get 5
You
abilities.
hold your turn until a successful attack from a teammate, and add an additional 1d6 to their attack.
Ooh.
Your damage output is way more worth than 1d6.
I don't know if there are d4 weapons in this game. There probably is, but it just seems silly. Like I could also just hit.
Oh,
I guess on this
weapons.
hold my turn, I could then take my turn,
Yeah.
which is just odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting little gambit to potentially get like an extra d6 damage.
Oh, and if none of your teammates makes a successful attack this turn, the bonus is lost.
But except for Pat, no one's damage outputs and rolls is on the level of Dave's.
Right. Well, I think the goal there is that it doesn't take away his next turn.
It just moves me down until somebody. There is the gamble that I lose a turn though,
Yes.
because I hold my turn waiting for every other player to go.
Yeah.
And so if basically if I activate that ability and everybody misses,
Yes.
I lost a turn.
That part.
Oh, so it's not that you add 1d6 to Pat's. It's just that then you take your turn and you add d6 to your attacks.
Yeah, whoever gets attacked, even if it's your little, throw a dagger, his little fire boy, the next damage that would be dealt by a successful attack roll, then gets an extra d6, and then I take my turn. I think it's how the phrasing is.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not giving up your turn. It's holding your turn and
Yeah.
going later in initiative.
But it waits. Once you choose to do it, it waits until somebody makes a successful attack. So if 3/4 of the team whiffs, then the whole team whiffs.
Yes.
Which isn't very likely.
Started from the bottom, now the whole team whiffs. Whiff.
But yeah.
Okay.
So you saved the beacon, lit the beacon.
It's lit, him.
It's important. It's not only lit, it's fresh. So you can trust that all across Freshtovia, all of those who are loyal to the queen and her values of freshness and never frozenness are uniting to oppose the Ice Jester. That said, amongst those that you managed to free by lighting the beacon and defeating the constable, there was a certain General Graham Crackernator.
Yes.
And I know.
I love the idea of just like reading this out loud to people. Just period.
Yeah, no, it's
Also going to go into work next week and
it's
just start reading
entertaining
it to
for sure.
people.
Now, at his request, he is asking that you help him create a diversion while they prepare the main thrust of their attack. They've got some plans cooking, for sure.
Cooking.
His goal is to get you into the deep freeze, and hopefully you can delay the Ice Jester and his march on Freshtovia. His goal is to take that crystal that was mentioned and start a new frozen age. Now, getting into the deep freeze is currently the problem. You need to figure out a way to get through the beef gate. That said, the general says that he might have a contact in Biggie Vale who might be able to help. Unfortunately, he has also just received word that the Biggie Vale is currently the newest target of the Ice Jester's forces as they attempt to infiltrate and subvert Freshtovia.
Wouldn't that just be our luck?
I mean, if all plans fail,
yes, sir. Thank you very much.
there was the clown refugee back in the capital. Maybe he knows a way back.
No, I think this
If this
presents a
fails.
perfect opportunity. We can fix two problems at once. Protect the town and for their own quest.
Right, yeah.
I
I mean, we're
assuming
doing that.
contingency. We're most definitely going to the Biggie Vale.
Yeah.
Say, no, we're not going to the Biggie Vale. Never mind.
And remind me, we still haven't gone taking our fancy gem thing to the smith that we had talked about last time, have we?
You have
No.
not.
Well, I guess we should probably do that before
Do
we
a
go to
drive
Big
by.
Vale. Might as well make ourselves as prepared as possible before we walk into trouble knowingly, right?
That's
Trouble.
true.
Trouble. Huh?
Trouble. All right.
Trouble.
let's see here. All right.
Double
Pull
toil
up
and trouble.
the information about those things. Ah, yes, there they are. Which gem did I say that you guys got?
We got the one that was in the hillside of the stables.
Gem of the dip
Perfect.
is what I wrote down.
All right, perfect. That is the one that you have. Perfect.
Well, which one gives the best bonus? That's the one that we have.
No, it was based on how you answer certain questions, which is what you got. Or it's which key you use to unlock that door.
Oh.
So each key, so there's actually 3 gems.
And each one is acquired by at that moment.
So those nuggets you've been turning in. So that was why it was important to know. Like, was it the one you dipped in like the frosty ponds, or was it the ones that had been dipped in the Sawsum fountain?
And which one did we use for the key of the dip? Do you remember?
I have to.
It's really interesting.
Saw some fountains, I
I
think.
think it was a Sawsum fountain.
And obviously we missed one if there was 3 different potentials.
I think you haven't hit it yet because I went and looked through that as well because I've been trying to make sure I led you guys onto it. So I think there's more doors, and I think that there is more.
Places to dip
Yeah.
nuggets into.
I think there's at least one more.
Well, let's look for where it is here. We're gonna dip it
In the
the
cemetery.
garden.
Statue.
In the fortune teller's tent.
I want to see
It's the
whoever.
key of fortunes, which gives you the sword of fortunes. If you put they get the gem of fortunes, which gives you a sword of fortunes. Which, as we all know, there aren't swords here.
So
but it
whichever
gives you a
one
sword.
still has the nugget, I want to see them just go around just poking it on things.
Well, wouldn't it just be a big knife of fortune?
No, it's inscribed in it. The sword of fortune.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
So you make your way back to
a sword.
the Frosty Canyon, where you come to the snacksmith Spoonman.
Yes, sir.
Boss Luderman?
You can have that one.
And
What the?
upon presenting him with the gem, he will take it and say,
No,
well,
I think that's you.
I didn't expect you to return so soon with a gem, but I would be more than happy to apply this to any of your tools. Give me a moment to figure out what exactly this would do for you.
Sure.
Taking the dip,
Give
the gem of the
plus
dip back,
12 to your intelligence
takes
score.
a look at it.
Ain't nobody gonna use that. It's fucking useless. We just toss it.
Fuck this.
He comes back and will inform you that attaching this gem to the hilt of a weapon will add an effect to that weapon's attack. An enemy hit with this weapon must take a grace roll of 13 or higher or fall down in the next turn.
Ooh.
Okay.
Exhaust.
We'll put that on one of my 5 knives that I throw.
Yeah, you know what?
Wait. I don't.
That doesn't seem particularly useful.
I have
No.
a staff, guys. I think we should go under that.
Alright, so all these terrible ideas aside, I already have a fancy weapon. I say we apply it to his weapon.
Yeah, I have a nice. What do I have? A cast iron skillet.
Just throw it on a cast iron skillet. This way it does tons of damage and has a chance to trip him.
Well, as we know
So
from
we can
Pathfinder,
kick 'em while he's down.
trip is a really powerful mechanic.
Yes.
So
It's a really powerful mechanic. I don't care what game system you're playing. You can play monsters, what was it, mutants and masterminds. I don't care. Tripping. In games where action economy exists,
Yes.
removing other people's action economy. Fucking.
that's such a big hold up action economy.
Action economy is such a big deal. And in a real fight, there's also action economy. Just in real life, it's just less clean.
Mm-hmm.
It's also depending on your own physical statures and skill sets. It's not going to be a balanced action economy, unlike on a game board.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I think that's why they have the idea of initiative is to try and interpret that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a little less clean.
The Tix is the most interesting one that I've heard
Mm-hmm.
of. But
where you can act. You act at this many ticks.
it was 12 ticks in a round, and you either do things that take up 2 or 3 or 4 or 6.
No. Rounds don't exist.
It's all just ticks.
It's all ticks.
It's all ticks.
So it
and you
starts
just keep
and there's
going,
ticks.
and your actions regen at a certain. It's basically time based. Like think of like time based in video games, where you have
a
certain
cooldown.
things. You have a cooldown time. It's that.
And you can either be the quick boy,
But with
or
ticks.
the one big strike boy, or
Your heavier hitting abilities have a longer cooldown, and they'll reset after this many ticks.
you're either Fox in Super Smash Brothers, or you're freaking like Ganondorf or something in Super Smash Brothers.
Fair enough.
Anyways, now David's a cool weapon, and we can go back to our adventure.
He has a Sawsome gem in his Sawsome skillet.
Mm-hmm.
Sawsome.
Yep.
Gem of the dip and a Sawsome skillet.
Perfect. He takes it, applies it, hands it back to you. May it serve you well.
Totally Sawsome, dude.
Dang.
It's awesome, dude. And we all do it.
Your skillet is totally fresh. My guy.
My guy.
From there, you make your trip out to.
I don't know that place.
You went too far. You go to the Biggie Vale.
Can we go to the small? What's the? I was gonna try something clever, but I can't think of a synonym for veil.
Berg.
Smallberg.
Smallberg.
Is there a Dinkelberg there?
Can we go to the Dinkelberg?
This is where I would put my trophy if I had one. Well, so making your way there. Okay, cool. That's a knife. That's funny. So, the Biggie Vale is the crossroads of Freshtovia, the center point of Nuggeton, the capital city of Freshtovia, and Fort Baconator and Beefgate. It is made.
Was that laying down flat correctly?
It was like this, and I picked it up.
And there's one random strain of water.
And it looks like it was pulled up.
Yeah. That's so random.
It's so cool.
That's awesome. I mean, that's literally
You need to take a
how
picture.
these season
It'll
games
last
look.
longer.
What happened?
Give me
They
my phone.
replicate cave systems.
Yeah.
Give me my phone.
Yeah.
Take a picture. That's
That-
Get pictures.
Do pictures last longer?
I don't know.
I asked Brant, he said it. Do pictures last longer?
Then an ice cube that he puts in a glass and melts. Yes, a picture has a potential to last a lot longer than an ice cube.
Oh, okay.
Or a lot shorter, depending on how quickly I drop my phone into liquid.
Well, I guess there's that.
That is definitely a thing.
Well, Spencer's still reading. How much money does One True Villain have to donate for us to play Monopoly on a stream?
I mean, I don't have problems with Monopoly. I don't think
Did you
Monopoly's the worst thing ever. It would take a very
he has
large
to
donation.
gift at least 5 subs. Yeah, that's how much we'll take.
Well, I was going with this was, so if he wants me to play Monopoly by myself, that's not going to be very exciting, but...
By the way, I've been curious. How does gifting subs work on Twitch?
Oh, what?
Gifting subs.
You basically
anybody
pay
know how
for
that
their
works?
first month of a sub.
Right. But do you, like, directly gift somebody a sub? Okay.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Pick somebody.
I know. I've been gifted subs on different streams before, and a lot of times I don't notice until Twitch goes, "Hey, do you want to re-up your gifted sub?" I'm like, "Oh, no, I don't."
Like, nope, I'm good.
That was for them for a month. And if they want to keep it, they can pay for it themselves.
Ooh, you know what? They have the viewer points. We should actually get into those and make some rewards. And the biggest reward could be we play
Play a
Monopoly.
game of Monopoly.
Just for our One True Villain.
10,000 viewer points and we'll play Monopoly.
Well, shoot, I have more than 10,000 points.
Well, I mean, what we're here for?
Oh,
every
yeah,
single
how many
Yeah.
streams that
streams.
you watch.
All of them.
That part.
How many do you have?
18,000.
20.
They put 900 on the workers.
I have 13,000.
I ended up using my phone for character sheets for
Yeah.
2 of the games.
Yeah, there's that.
That would make a difference.
So,
I'm just bad guy. I'm sorry.
things that you do know. Damn.
Oh wait, no, you have to say highlight message, and then you can type in the message that you want highlighted.
Damn.
There we go. That's how it works. Not only have 19.9 thousand points.
Classy.
Oh.
So, as one of the main crossroads in Freshtovia between, its southern borders and the east and the west and all of that, it is also a place of great historic importance, including
History.
the things that are somewhat mystic. One of its main features is the large cemetery, and this is said to have to be the final resting place of a number of magic warriors, including the last of the known members of the Order of the Spicy Nuggets. So, definitely a place of great power.
Yeah,
and
we really need to
importance.
get those emotes done.
Upon talking about the cemetery, go collect yourself. We'll ask the group, do you guys know the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard?
No.
Doesn't seem to matter to me. Everyone's dying
Nope.
to get in there.
Ear. Graveyards tend to be connected to churchyards, while cemeteries don't need to be connected to a church.
Huh.
Oh,
Wow.
Well, there we go.
Random piece of trivia for the day.
I appreciate that.
very cool.
Huh, said the narrator. Didn't know that one. Moving on.
That would be a super funny fourth wall break.
I think that's like the entirety of George of the Jungle's narrator.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in so long. George of the Jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. Watch out for that tree.
Hey. So.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thanks for sticking around with us for 5 more months.
Yeah.
You're welcome, guys.
Thanks, Mia. So, as you walk into the Biggie Vale, there is a noticeable chill in the air. And there is mist that swirls around the double-stacked statue at the center of town. What you've generally heard described, and perhaps some of you have actually been to it. But as you generally know, this is for a crossroads of a nation. You would expect it to be a lot more busy, but the streets are deserted. Walking in, all of a sudden, a screech tears through the sky,
No.
booming through the village streets. Swooping in from the sky is a legendary ice beast known as Freezy, the frozen bird.
Is that Arcuna?
No, it's Freezy, the frozen bird.
Okay, my bad.
And his friend Shoes in Spanish.
Zapdos.
Exactly.
Zapatos.
Wait, is that really shoes in Spanish?
Zapatos.
See,
Zapatos is Zapto. It's just missing one letter.
Oh, that's funny. I've never heard that before.
I'm not really sure how it comes out in Japanese, but Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres.
I'm sure they just have like Ichi-san and Ni in the names, or Ichi-Ni and San,
Well, now we
probably
have
in
to
there
Google
somewhere.
this.
Or you find a lot of
Or
things like that.
I think they
that-
also have like specific counting numbers.
the most
Numbers.
the most obvious one
things
for
in
us
Japanese
is
far more
Abracadabra,
complicated
Alakazam,
Yeah.
Ekin, Snake backwards, Arbok, Cobra backwards.
Uh-huh.
That's even better. It's known as Foriza. It's
Foriza.
Freezer. I love you, Japan. Never change. At least that's for Articuno.
Fair enough.
All right, so Articuno attacks us.
Articuno.
So yeah, so the descriptive and so the whole Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres thing was added for the U.S. localization or just the English language localization.
Oh, really?
So it wasn't actually part.
Interesting.
Because I was curious, because localization is always interesting that way.
Mhm.
Which is why dubs and subs in anime can be really good or really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for a long time, they were really, really bad.
Yes.
The dubs.
Just even
And
the subs. Like,
subs were also really bad for a long time.
Oh, were they?
because a lot of them were put out by like fans
Mm-hmm.
for a while, just because there wasn't that huge push.
It wasn't profitable to pay someone to do it.
Exactly. So now it finally is getting that way, which is cool. Definitely opens things up a little more fun. Oh,
It's actually a job you can get right now on the internet for like 20 minutes of your time.
If you know both Japanese and American.
If you know anything, writing subtitles is a job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you know, pay gets almost double if you know another language.
I'm sure it does, yeah. Because you can go from a language to a language.
Mm-hmm.
So, since he has no sense of tactics, let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
He just charged us. Very foolish.
Nothing announced his presence, so I'm not giving him
Surprising.
a surprise round.
That
So
makes
it's
sense.
just a D20 roll?
Yes.
Nothing to it?
So D20.
I would go with a 14.
Cool.
Nice number, Austin.
Yeah.
I got 5.
Cool.
Got a solid 10.
Solid. All right.
Yeah, nice even one.
I think that's odd.
As long as
We've
it's not
got
prime.
5, and we
Now
want
I'm
to keep it an even number.
Food in the fridge.
There's
What
like
kind
a
food in
lot
the
of
fridge?
food.
A lot of food in the fridge.
Your favorite salmon. There's some
Nice.
steaks.
Oh yeah, you brought home salmon on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And steak. I don't know what else.
Those seem like good
Those
things.
seem like options. All right. Well, in that case, cluck yourself. You're first.
Alright, so I will be throwing my Founder's Fork at him, which if I hit against an ice foe, deals an additional 1d6 damage.
Ooh.
And I will fork give you if you fork get. That's a 13 on the die. I add my grace to a ranged attack, so that's 14.
That'll hit.
Alright, so that's my d4 plus my d6 to damage. So that's a total of 8.
8.
Not a bad start for Go Collect Yourself.
Not bad at all.
And that is 1 successful action for my necklace.
Great.
Let's see. Yes, okay, cool.
And now I get nuked because I'm the first one to attack it.
Bet.
Actually,
He runs away like a
Freezy is going to pause, sort of hover in the air above you, and then launch 4 spikes, one at each of you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good luck hitting my defense.
Let's see here.
Luck's not needed. I have God and anime on my side.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Okay, they're not so bad though. So they hit.
They're not mutually exclusive, but they're usually not combined.
Spikes are a low damage auto hit.
Oh.
So they're 1d4 of damage. So 3 damage to everybody.
Oh. Okay.
I was like, okay.
I can even roll another knife next round. I don't have to worry about healing you guys after that. My once per long rest. If I roll 46 for hit points.
Lord! I got scratched. You're all hurt. Sorry, I got trigger happy.
What was it? It was like the narrative with like that RoboCop remake they did, where they're like, he's not even that bad. I've seen veterans get prosthetics for that. We're making him into RoboCop.
Nice.
We're like, sprains ankle. He is RoboCop. Get him. Anyway, Alfred, it's your turn.
Is he,
Yeah.
Thanks. Is he within 30 feet?
You just saw my highlighted message.
Yeah, I was in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
he's in 30 feet right now.
Sweet. I'm going to pull out my fun new flamethrower where I shoot out a flame from my extended hand.
Ooh.
And everyone within that path takes damage if I hit. But then again, ooh!
Beast mode.
Was that max damage and extra die?
Damage die.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's 2d4 plus 1, so 9 plus 4. 13.
13.
Is it so? It's 2d4 plus 1. So you can roll the extra 2d4, or only 1d4 of the damage die.
We've decided it's extra die because you roll 2d6. We decided you only roll an extra d6, right?
No, we should have last time.
Okay.
Yeah. Boom.
And you get advantage right next roll.
Got him. Perfect.
I know that's how that works in 5e
Alright.
for similar things.
Pepe.
But like I don't know if
I think
that's how it works in
I
this.
think that's how we rolled it.
Since
with
this
this.
most likely is
Either
kind
way.
of more based off of 5e than anything else, a very
So-
loose adaptation.
I
This
just think
guy's
that
hovering above us in
the
the air.
benefit to critting
Yeah,
as
so he's
a little bigger weapon
currently
is rolling max.
Not.
Yeah.
Like my max is already bigger than everybody else's, so
Yes.
That is the problem. So right now he is probably a solid 10 feet above you all. So that's the hard part, is reaching him.
Yes, of course.
It is the problem with flying foes.
Ooh,
Well,
I have a good way of flavoring my plus up combo.
I mean, until he gets down here, I guess what I'll do is I'll just use my new beefy boy ability. I'm gonna roll charm. On a 14 plus, anyone who chose a class from within the order of the beef gets +2 to their defense.
Ooh,
Oh.
snap.
Beefy voice.
That's a 12, so we don't. But
we could have.
we could have.
We could have. The thought that counts.
You know what? If you have
I
nothing
do.
else you can do with your action, that's a pretty good one.
Especially against his auto hitting attack.
Don't you dare bring that up.
To
So, yeah, 13 or higher. So 12 plus 1 is 13. Bring it on, you overgrown chicken. All enemies this turn will be drawn to you.
Fair enough.
Oh, you taunted him into your trap.
Yep.
Alright.
Very nice, good sir.
We get back to Cluck.
Cluck will now grab out a second knife that is not the specialized founder's fork and throw it again.
What do your fork give him?
So that's a 17 on the die for an 18
That hits.
with a 1 for damage. Doing a little bit of time, guys. Doing what I can.
Pecking away, if you will. Alright.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
Oh,
I want to
my.
laugh at you. You're not funny.
That's what I thought.
Other than funny looking.
Oh.
Oh, damn. Alright. Well, ticked off at being called a overgrown chicken,
Uh-huh.
Freezy, the frozen bird, is going to dive bomb at Dave.
Yeah, well, his freezer burn is going to really stiffen him up right now, and he's not going to be able to hit
He's going to miss.
this beautiful defensive 16 here.
Oh, damn. That really hurts him.
Did he just crash into the ground?
Yeah, no, because, I mean, regardless,
Oi.
regardless he takes damage on it,
I like to imagine that it was
instead
my
of the
one...
2d12 that he was going to try and do to you,
Ow.
he's doing that all to him.
I like to imagine that it was the knife that I threw that just slightly put him off target.
6.
Yep. It clipped his wing, punctured right through. Just
All
enough.
thanks to Go Cluck yourself, the true hero of this story.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I did antagonize him into dive bombing. So.
All right.
And I've confused a lot of our enemies so far.
With my logic. I've outsmarted a lot of enemies. They need more logic.
Confounded. So anyway, he's going to slam into the ground, and we now go to Alfred.
Found him.
Well, I'm just gonna, do the same thing. Only twice, but that's a 9. That's an 11. 11 plus a whopping
1.
2. 13.
You hit.
Oh, sweet.
It's really hard to miss this giant, overgrown, freezer burnt chicken.
That's probably true, but for Darren, you never know.
All right.
Yeah, you stayed there. I'm gonna cook this bird.
Get him. Get him. All right. Pat. So he is now just crashed to the ground right next
frozen
to Dave.
chicken.
Do ice enemies take more damage from fire?
Yes.
Cool.
This one is definitely an ice.
All right,
I
so
hope so.
go
Oh,
ahead
my
and just
damage
go
is
up
fine,
to
by
him
the
and
way.
hit him a couple times with Dave's spatula. Should be good.
Spatula the duvet.
That is a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah,
That'll
figured
do
so.
it.
That'll do, Pete.
So that is 4 points of damage plus 4 fire. And then that has a natural 2, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna miss.
Oh, were the spikes cold damage?
Oh, that's a good
Spikes?
point.
Yes, they are ice damage.
Yeah.
Us beefy boys are fresh, never frozen.
Nice.
We take half damage.
I'll take it. All right, and that'll bring us to after those solid whackadoos. Brings us to.
Oh, we're
Dave.
back. Dave is going to activate plus up combo. He's going to hold his turn until someone makes a successful attack.
Sounds good.
So,
Bring us back to.
go collect yourself. We'll move on to the third of his knives since there's no combat healing needed. Did you say there was a second thing with him?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's rolling solo right now.
Well, I thought you said there was like a second creature maybe or something.
None that I heard.
No, I don't think
Then
so.
I'm crazy.
We started listing off names of other creatures.
Yeah.
So that's a 7 on the die. So imagine my third knife at an 8 total just goes flying past.
That does not hit.
I got cocky.
That's cocky.
All right.
Because it's an overgrown
Back to
rooster.
Freezy. He will. Having landed kind of like on his chest, he wasn't like prone or anything, so he kind of stands up and he's gonna wing swipe.
Wing attack. Wing attack.
Exactly.
At Dave or Pat?
Yeah.
That all of us?
At Dave.
Oh. Bring it on.
Cat 1.
Go collect yourself.
Yeah.
If you need to put your Nat 1 in a jail, I have this here.
It's all good. So he,
What happens on that one in this game? Anything
it's
that
the-
happen?
Oh,
Well,
it's
it's
the
big
worst
oops.
the
possible.
worst possible outcome. It
So
is-
he did actually
Trip.
become prone on the fall.
yeah, he's now
He's
pro.
sick.
Just crap. Let's bring us to you.
Aha.
All these flying enemies
15.
keep seeming to do more
15
harm
that'll
to
hit.
themselves than
And an
us.
extra d6 from me. I've been
Yeah.
waiting.
Oh, that's 6. So 10 damage.
10 damage.
And that's fire again?
Yeah.
And then I get to act.
Alright.
So does this
Wait for this
fully
bird
move
to
you
cook.
in the initiative order?
Yep.
Or are you...
Yeah.
I'm now after him.
Yeah, I think that's what we were kind of going with.
So then next turn, you're before Pat. So if you activate your ability again,
It'll be
you
for
have
Pat.
a good chance that Pat can hit.
Yep. And then I'll go right back to where I was.
So funny thing, if people consistently hit and you just kept doing it after everyone's turn, and just add a d6 and then you just never play.
Oh, I still get to play.
No. It's that, like, if Austin's first, he does this thing, and then
Second person.
I'm second, I
Six
hit.
doesn't hit.
He does...
It
he
is prone in front of
goes...
you.
Oh, no.
Oh, well.
Oh,
that's
you're
just-
saying
Hit it
then
a couple
Austin's
more times,
turn,
why not?
and he redoes his thing.
Just every time.
Yes.
Does a 17 hit?
That does hit.
Great.
He dies.
Which
Awesome.
would be funny. Really bad, but funny.
Like, I'm pretty sure it would be way more. Enough minimum damage. He gone. So, with a final frozen caw, it explodes into just a shower, like a snow shower. Just.
Ugh. Disgusting.
And with it, the
The only
last.
good place for ice is in beverages.
Lots of hot drinks.
Oh, I love that song.
I think we all do.
Exactly.
Once the ice dissipates, go collect yourself. We'll give everyone the one quick bite that'll take to heal them up for their 3 damage, and go collect all of his knives, including the legendary Founder's Fork.
Perfect.
What a legend.
As the ice crystals all melt and evaporate, you can once again feel the warmth of the sun. And throughout the town, windows burst open and people cheer. You have saved us! our heroes.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
It broke.
Oh, that was the thing for the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only half of it, so it still actually works, but...
Yeah, like...
Weird.
But it's, ended up, I think I ended up, stepping on, like, the bag.
Oh no.
Type of a thing. Like, just that bit of it.
Poor bag.
You know. So,
So let's check out Biggievale over here.
Yeah.
you are greeted by the mayor of Biggievale, Jermaine Ducline. Mayor Ducline thanks you for defeating Freezy, and he welcomes you to a permanent room at the inn where you can rest and feast whenever you would like. Our town is your town.
Oh, shucks.
Also, we need to park our horses in the stable.
Oh no, I take my horses down the
Old Town Road.
Hey, kitty. Take it out no more.
Yeah, that one.
Perfect. No, I am, of course, thankful that you have come here. But I do wonder why. You're always happy to have adventurers at Biggievale and to pass the crossroads. We have a lot of them. But what brings you here, especially in our time of need?
Well, it's not quite a 4 for 4, but it is a 2 for 1.
Oh, perfect.
We are here.
Well
to
said.
not only
How long were you thinking
Well
of
said.
that one?
4.5 seconds.
I could
4 seconds.
I could not have said it better myself.
4 for 4 for 4 seconds.
Not only are we here to defeat the invading forces of the Ice Jester, but we're here to meet a man, woman, person?
A contact.
Well, I am indeed a man-woman person, but I take it I'm probably not the person you were seeking for.
We have taken upon ourselves a great task to infiltrate the, what's the actual place called? The Frozen?
Beefcake?
We're going to Beefgate. We're going to infiltrate into the
Frozen Vale or whatever it is.
The deep freeze.
There you go.
We're looking
Dun,
for someone
dun,
to aid
dun.
us in infiltrating the deep freeze.
Oh. Well, it just so happens that someone of that description is in town. I don't know his name. We only really know of him by his reputation. A little bit shifty, keeps to himself. But, you know, he gives off that vibe of someone who knows things and does things.
Ah, probably a chicken nugget.
Probably.
You know, those little nuggets.
In any case, welcome to Biggievale. Please enjoy your stay. And as we always recommend, buy local. He hands you all some brochures. And enjoy your stay. Things that he... it has a number of points of interest on it, including the Biggie Shop, their local snacksmith, the neighborhoods, the gardens, the Biggie Stables, Double Stack Statue, just everything that's on that map.
Okay,
Is on this
we'll
brochure.
start. Well, first off, our horses need to be stabled,
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Stable.
and then since the double stack statues right there, you might as well see it.
A little power box.
And then I imagine we'll check out the cemetery, pay homage to those spicy nuggets of
The past.
yesteryear.
Perfect.
I was thinking the same thing.
Maybe get a little fortune. And I'm curious what they sell in their general store.
If there's anything that's not
General store?
generally sold otherwheres.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, it is my kind of like adoptive grandma in Tennessee is not doing well mentally. Well, like she we found out like last week that she got diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Oh.
And now they were doing some like extra like evaluation stuff with a neurologist, and they found that she's like actually been having like mini strokes.
Oh.
So it's like going downhill real fast. So it's like, oh, so we hear that. So anyway, let me see. Let me just shoot off a quick message.
That's okay. Yeah, I imagine we get the horses, we make sure they're all in the stables, that you do the usual fantasy thing, you brush your horse down, take the saddlebags off, feed him some oats.
We give a nice man a coin to do that for us.
Go Cluck yourself has a special relationship with his horse.
That he got yesterday? Wow, you Cluck yourself moves pretty fast.
That sounded so much worse than it was. That was supposed to just be a little random tidbit of filler while Spencer texted, and now I'm being made fun of for missaying things.
So I mean, it definitely
He moves
based on the
quick.
size of like you compared to your horse would be a little bit of filler.
Ouch. Well then.
Hey, who says he has a lady horse? Could be a lot of bit of filler.
Moving on.
So stable, statue, cemetery, fortune teller, store in that order. Kinds.
So, at the stables, they are a gruff bunch, but they are also delighted to take care of your horses free of charge in thanks for your service.
Oh, how nice of them.
None of us could have handled that bird. Glad you flipped it to him. Having done that, you said you wanted to do the statues.
Yeah.
The statue is a statue.
Is it of a burger?
It is of a burger. It is of a double stack burger. It was built by members of the Order of the Double Stack, and it honors their storied tradition.
Very nice.
So, stables, statue, cemetery.
Yep.
Getting there, it is very orderly rows of a lot of ancient gravestones. It's definitely much bigger than it appears on that map.
I think this is a lot smaller than the real town is.
Yeah, I imagine it is more of like a...
Especially when you consider that those little square boxes are supposed to be houses.
Yeah, no, we're going with so.
It's a huge statue.
Yeah, no, it is a much bigger town.
I feel like the stable, the store, and the snacksmith are maybe a little bit bigger than they should be. And the fortune teller's tent. In comparison
be
to
that
the
big.
house.
It's like more like a yurt.
That's what I was thinking.
It's more like a yurt. So, yeah, I think of it as more like a smaller, like Arlington type thing. Like these are the honored warriors of, who have protected Freshtovia in times past, and they are honored here at the center of the nation,
Dun, dun, dun.
as close to its heart as possible. Lots of ancient. Lots of them are well worn. You can tell that they're cleaned and well maintained, but just over time, you lose the inscriptions lose their are just worn down and worn away. That said, if you notice, some of the gravestones are warm to the touch, beyond the simple idea of like they might have been warming in the sun.
Oh, they're spicy.
I like it.
Is there like a special section of spicy boys, or are they kind of scattered throughout?
They're just generally sort of like scattered throughout them. There is one that seems to be a slight bit more ornate, that has specifically a nugget on top of it. That is a little bit newer than the rest of them that represents the last master of that order before its knowledge was.
Rub the nugget for good luck.
You do notice that it that one is somehow even warmer than the other ones that you have touched before, and that at least, especially along the top, the crispy craggles of its breading have been worn smooth by others, completing the same gesture. It is definitely well respected.
We could have used the spicy nuggets in this trying time.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard great tales of their abilities. Where you going, kiddo?
Who wants to check out the spicy nuggets?
You gonna check out the spicy nuggets? Because you're not allowed on the table.
But I want to.
I'm right here, though.
Hey, look at that. Now you're a ball.
Oh.
Now you're a little bounty ball.
Behind the cemetery, you do see the gray tent belonging to the fortune teller. You have heard tell of the fact that it is home to the great teller Frostina LaSpoon, who has been known to read the futures of many an influential hero throughout the years.
Fortune time. Fortune time. My fortune has bacon. Fortune time. Fortune time. My fortune better have bacon.
As you open the opening to the tent is a flap that sways in the breeze, and there is, as you approach, you notice that there is a small blanket of like ground fog emanating from the tent. And
We get it. You vape.
Bruh, she don't vape. She smokes fat clouds, dog.
As you walk inside, you are
Is that
greeted
straight
by
tobacco?
an older woman dressed in the traditional flowing robes of the Order of the Frosty. Her wispy white hair contrasts against her gorgeous skin.
Ooh.
She sits behind a large table with cards flipped out across the top, hovering hands above the cards as if drawing some sort of power from them. She notices you.
Milady.
She notices us, noticing her, noticing us.
We notice her noticing us, noticing her, noticing us.
And I know you know.
But I know, you know, I know.
Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
I have been expecting you.
A fortune teller would know that.
Uh-huh. She good.
I would. And you're late.
That doesn't sound good. When were we supposed to be here?
That certainly can't be right.
10 minutes ago.
I like the statue.
It doesn't serve you to know that. We can only focus on what we do with the future.
So then you're saying there's variables for fortunes not to be correct
Nope.
if you've predicted one thing and that outcome didn't come out.
I'm saying that in the future it would behoove you to move faster.
And be more respectful to your elders. Your parents raised you wrong.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome. Don't be a jerk. We're heroes.
No.
Heroes were nice to old ladies.
I take it you're here to have your fortunes read, as many heroes have before you?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
You were fortunate,
You can leave and go cluck yourself.
Oh.
Pardon me, clerk, what was that? I could not make it out.
I didn't say that in game.
Oh, you say nothing.
Do you think this is a game?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No, wrong campaign, Austin.
Oh, shit.
We're not there yet.
No.
We're not there yet.
There's cards on the table. It's clearly a game.
Clearly a game.
I didn't mean that we were in a game, because we're totally not in a game.
Who would like to go first?
Me.
Of course. You've been so polite, Dave.
Fortunes. Yeah. It's cool stuff.
How fortunate.
All right.
I'm gonna punch you in your face.
That would be less fortunate.
One more time, I will. I'll drop this die.
I would not have seen that coming.
No, you wouldn't have, because
All
you're
right.
not a psychic or
So
a
the
fortune
first
teller, so.
is going to be the strength of character.
Ooh.
So you are going to roll a d20 with your plus your strength modifier.
24.
Oh. Beast mode.
Peace mode.
Beast mode.
She's like fortune. He's just like
Fortune!
You will meet a man who will bestow you the weapon of his ancestral home. It will be used to guide you on your quest.
Ooh.
Fortuitous, to be sure.
Yes.
And now we must check your relationship to the mystic. So now you're going to roll with your Arcana check.
This is gonna be very bad. Nat 20, 19.
19. Not 20. 19.
Another feast mode. You didn't even roll 2 dice on that one.
Nope.
Gosh dang it.
Fortune.
You must connect yours.
Apparently,
Fortune.
really good at fortune.
Damn it, Dave.
I rolled a 2 on my only attack roll tonight.
But it's both fortune related rolls. She wants 20s.
Fucking waste.
Wow.
Who knows? That actually might be pretty funny mechanical bonuses or something.
Hey, no, in game, this is exactly how Dave knew his fortune was going to go. You know, his fortune lady, they know what's happening.
Just as she continues to play her hands back and forth over the cards, touching them, you feel yourself engulfed in some sort of an aura.
Ooh, feeling kind of saucy.
Cool. Good sauce.
Indeed you are, Dave.
You're saucy.
This is... You have a uniquely powerful connection to the planes beyond our own.
Ooh.
Fascinating. It has given you resistance against all straight physical attacks.
Whoa.
Yeah, that not 20 ain't too bad now, is it, sucker?
Too bad. Resistance versus physical?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see, I get a magic item and I get resistance to all physical. That was a waste of 2 20s right there.
That's exactly what I sound like. I even fucking play a hinga-dinga-durg. Hey, don't worry, you guys can roll your nat 20s in a second.
So,
We'll all get magic items and resistance to physical attack.
Well, I'm putting no more healing on Dave because it's not fucking necessary anymore.
so finally, it's time for a charm check.
Okay. 14.
Aww.
Wait. You roll again.
Oh yeah, feast ones. Hold on. Let me see if these dice are doing some
I was
juju.
gonna say, damn, -6 charm. That's
Oh.
pretty rough.
I didn't know you could get a -6 bonus.
No, 15.
Ah, well, up by one. Gosh dang it.
I knew I liked you.
Ooh la la.
Such a charmer. I can see now that discounts are in your future.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All shop owners throughout Freshtovia will give you a 10% discount.
Ooh.
Not too shabby, not too shabby.
Who would like to go next?
We should just go clockwards, I think.
Okay.
Clockwards? Sure. We'll go clockwards.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Where's the clock? Where's the clock?
I think there's one back in the capital. Let's go that way.
There's one right here,
Oh, yeah, that's true. I got,
and right there, and right there.
Well, no, that instruction is confusing. We'll go clockwise instead. How about that?
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Clockwork ho.
All right, Alfred, roll for your...
Strength
So
check.
this is going to be the strength one first.
Damn it. I was hoping mine wouldn't have a strength.
Nope, that's the same for everybody.
12.
12 is your strength.
I'm not nearly as beefy.
Nope.
This is literally, what is your name?
Alfred!
What is your quest?
Stop the deep freeze.
What?
You have a feeling of calm and completion. You are at ease with the physical world around you, letting the negativity of these times flow over you as though it does not exist.
It's okay. You got some good meditation.
Now for your Arcana check.
My stomach hurts from laughing. Pain.
Just wish and waste.
Fucking way. Hurts.
Damn it!
Wow, Arcana's the one you should have fucking crushed.
It's still a D20 roll. 3.
Hey, don't. That was a big oops, right?
Yeah, that was a big oops.
Worst
possible outcome.
Well, fortunately, it still includes what you add. So.
Okay.
Okay.
You're still the second tier.
No.
Even with the big oops?
Even with the big oops.
Oh.
Like, I'm gonna be lenient on this one since...
Is the big oops big?
Yeah.
The big oops. She punches you in the fucking face.
No, it's like you lose the ability to cast spells.
Oh.
You haven't really felt that magical spark in your life recently, but there is still potential for that to change. Your current outlook remains unclear. It was either that or enemies using magical attacks gain advantage.
Oh.
And it's like, no. I'm like, that's a real big oops.
That's a fucking huge
Well, at least
oops.
advantage isn't as
I had a 10%
big
chance
as
to get that.
weakness to magical attacks.
Yeah.
Weakness would be worse.
Okay. And now for your charm roll.
That one actually is a -1.
One.
Son of a bitch!
Did you roll a 1 again?
Yeah, you got a 0. You got a fucking 0.
See, I really thought because Dave was all about the fortune and go cluck yourself was being a dick, that this would be me and not.
Oh, there's still
Alfred.
time. There's still time for you to roll 3 now ones. Uh-oh.
So you can no longer buy anything from any shop.
It's not so bad. You're just incredibly off-putting, so much so that people won't be afraid to tell you. You have disadvantage on charm rolls until the Ice Jester is defeated.
Off-putting? I can't imagine not being able to have pudding.
I'm on a diet. It's off-putting.
Alright, Clock, what you got?
Alright, my strength check. +1. 9 total.
9 total. You have what Rock got, the feeling of calm and completion.
That's good. Alright, my Arcana check. +2. 17 is a 19. Which is what you got, right?
Yep.
Alright, Arcana.
So resistance to physical.
Slightly
Ooh.
yes.
Oh,
Yep,
that's
yep,
the one
yep.
I wanted.
Yep, you have that. Yep.
That's what you have.
Straight physicals. And finally, your charm check.
Sorry, I'm just recording that. Charm is a +1. 10.
You always seem to get along with those around you. Except me.
He was a dick about it.
You will slide through the majority of your conversations just as you have up to this point.
Except with me.
Well, technically, I imagine it'll stay on par with you.
Hey, Firex. I got a present for you. Hold the shift button and type any letter and then hit enter. Just keep on typing.
What?
You won't get banned.
Oh, caps.
Oh, you guys did that.
I did.
Mitch took the time
Nice.
to fix the cap locks thing.
Woo! Alright.
So, Mitch, are you gonna fortune time?
Of course I'm going to.
It's time for the fortune.
Alright. Let's see how this goes, kids.
I got a 13 for strength.
You will be celebrated before leaving for the Beefgate. The people of Biggieevale will boost your spirits and give you the heartiest meal of your life.
I'm sure it's pretty hardy for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, Arcana.
Arcana.
4.
You haven't really felt that magical spark in your life until recently, but there's potential for that to change.
Start with me.
The last one was charm, correct?
Charm.
Another +1. That's 7.
You will get shut down during a conversation in the next day, but don't worry, you'll recover.
I'm used to it.
So I'm just focusing on breathing now because for a long part of this encounter I didn't.
Oh god damn it! Did you guys keep a track of like what your rolls were? Because we now need to total up the total of your rolls.
Oh, the total of my totals? So
I know what mine are.
Yeah.
I remember mine as well.
I got a 9, 10, and 19. So I got 38.
38.
Brock got a
I'm gonna say
3,
mine
a
last.
0, and
Go with Pat.
Actually,
Pat.
do I remember? I know I got a 4. I know I got a 13. What did I get?
10.
And a 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what's that total?
27.
38, plus 27 is 65.
Well, it's total of for each individual.
Oh.
Individual.
Yeah.
20, 30, 40, 54.
So you got a 75%, and you got a 25%, almost. Oh no, that would have been 15, would have been 25. My apologies.
Oh.
My math's wrong.
Technically, I could have gotten 6 higher.
So,
Take that.
how much you get?
I got a 54.
54.
Oh, I think you said a 45.
You gain 2 points to permanently add to the base stat numbers of your choosing. You can place both in one or disperse them.
Oh.
Mitch,
27?
27?
Yeah.
27. You gain 1 point.
Okay.
38.
Also 1 point.
22.
You get 1 point.
Oh, I was expecting 0.
It was that one was pretty generous. It was 20 to 39.
Ah. So I barely got it.
Barely got it.
Doing terrible. I barely
If
got
the
it.
worst, if I was like worried if you were below 19, it's like the only thing you've gained from this fortune telling is the knowledge that your future is bleak.
You know, I only got 1 good roll, so.
It says the base stat of your choice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's base stat it being before any items modified.
which defense is a base stat.
Defense.
Wow,
That's
way to choose the correct one. Because Brock rolled really bad on his fortune tellings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
Turns
bad.
out Brock is really bad at rolling dice.
On a potential
And
to
Austin's
roll
really good at it.
3 to 60, Austin rolled a 54 and Brock rolled a 22.
Modifiers
Modifiers
change that
factor in.
total.
I guess they do. Yeah, you're right.
4. Yeah, I only rolled a 50.
If we're just counting dice.
We're just counting dice. I only rolled a 50. Because it was a 20, and... Oh, mine was actually 58. I forgot to add my strength to the nat 20.
Hold on, let me see if that changes anything.
Nope.
Nope, it does not.
3 points. Chose.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
So we're still sticking.
Well, you have to hit 60 or above to get that.
Damn it, I'm so close!
We're still sticking with the just static thing as if we had 8 in the item from the Wendys to give the static buff, just so we don't have to drive down to Folsom every time to get
Yeah.
Wendys.
Oh, I just used those points to not have to lie anymore.
Oh well, I now if I'm lying, I have the 16, which gets me the +3 to my Arcana.
Yeah, I took away the lying. So now I'm not lying anymore.
Woo. Let's see here. I'm glad that you have come. The future is certainly bright for you, my friend Dave. And the rest of you,
very much.
you will make it.
I hope so.
And you too.
Have a very nice day.
Stick with Dave.
Oh, baby.
Let's go to the store. I have a good feeling about this.
I don't.
Okay.
Well, just don't do any of the talking. I think it'll be fine.
All right. So the store.
Is there any Biggie Vale souvenirs in here? I would much like a Biggie Vale souvenir.
Let's see.
Ooh, this D4. Oh,
Oh.
the points are all like kind of shaved off.
Oh.
They're not actually sharp.
Yeah, they do that on some,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice.
I think it's just smart to not like tear through your packaging.
Or skin.
Or skin. I mean, that's fine. They make good caltrops that way.
Mine aren't as shaved as yours are.
Mine aren't shaved.
Yeah, to each their own.
Something like that.
Is the store just a generic store to buy generic goods?
Yeah, I'm looking through here to find out if it is anything other than that.
Okay.
But yes, it would appear to be so. We'll say that they sell like little commemorative, like keychain type baubles of the burger statue.
I'll buy one of those.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's,
And do we know where the shady individual is?
they'll actually just give it to you because they're like, hey,
Shucks.
hey, you saved the town. Just help.
Here's the shady individual you're looking for.
As for that, you don't know where the shady individual is.
Okay. Well, let's just go to the inn for
Turns
that.
out it's the beef bandit.
He's like, hey, guys, so it turns out I hate my boss. You guys proved that you were good enough.
So you're going to the inn?
And then, yeah, hopefully Dave can find his lover, the beef bandit.
Mm.
The forbidden love can now be unforbidden.
He stole my patty.
Hey, he may work for the Ice Jester and he may come from the deep freeze, but his heart is fresh, never frozen. And he gave it to me and only me. He's my BB.
It's like Hellsing Bridge. This is like, my dick is the property of me and whichever chick I'm giving it to.
That is fucking show. So the inn.
Yeah.
Not the out, the inn.
Oh, no, I'm on the wrong page on my side. Alright, so yeah, the item shop is just an item shop.
Yeah.
Perfect. The next door to the shop is the large baked potato inn. Relax, a wine and dine. The inn has the classic lodge feel, along with wooden tables and stools, wooden cross beams, all that kind of stuff. It's filled with adventurers and merchants from all across the realm, sharing their stories and a few laughs. The inn's employees are very happy to see you and will certainly serve you anything you would like. Currently, the special is listed as a bowl of chili for just 3 gold coins.
Ooh.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Chili.
That's why I kind of chili.
You also find out from some of the chatter that this is actually home of the very famous Freshtovia test kitchen, where Bard Lione is busy trying to figure out new and cool ways to ferment things. In fact, they will mention the fact that once every year, Queen Wendy comes here to judge cooking culinary competitions, as well as select new items to represent the kingdom abroad.
I can think of no better judge to do it.
Yeah. Guess we should ask about the shady guy.
So you approach the bar and you meet the owner of the inn, Eamon Spiceway.
Hello, Eamon.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to be in your fine city.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here, of course. My goodness, that damn bird.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a lot of trouble.
Well, we plucked his feathers and sent him off.
You certainly did. What can I do for you?
We are looking for, as with the mayor.
Yeah.
Yep.
The mayor described a gentleman to be a shady character.
Oh.
We're looking for some information. He goes, I'm shady.
My name's Shady Character.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Man, this is awkward.
My name is Stout Shady. Slim Shady's cousin.
Oh, no.
I prefer to sit down. It's like, I'll have to think. I don't know if I've seen him in a while. I know who he's talking about.
May we please have his name so we no longer have to refer to him as the shady character?
Oh, we know him as the Snake.
Oh, much better. We'll go from the Shady Character to the Snake.
And I think Dave is like visibly like,
There's a snake in my boot.
it's not BB.
I apologize.
Mr. Snake.
I apologize for not being able to be more specific, but he's never actually introduced himself, except as the Snake.
Oh.
So, your guess as to his actual name is as good as mine.
I guess we'll have to put the word out that we are looking for the snake.
Well, that said, I will definitely keep an eye out. He does at times come here to the inn. He seems to be staying in the area for the foreseeable future. So he occasionally comes and stops in here for a meal and a drink. In the meantime, your rooms are ready.
Ooh.
If you would like to take advantage of those to rest, word has reached me that you have been on quite the adventure. sense the celebrations of the capital city.
Yes, sir.
You lighting the beacon,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with that foul magic. Oof. The stories of that place
It has been quite a long journey.
chills the soul.
I think I'll want to put my stuff down in the room and maybe spend a little time in the garden. Get my chi back in alignment before coming to rest.
They do have chia plants in there.
chia seeds?
You will be well served.
I heard that they were looking at those into as an alternative to sesame seeds
Fascinating.
on the buns. Why are you looking at me confused? Chia seeds, they're seeds.
That's just how they roll.
Right.
Much like sesame seeds, they are seeds.
Are you making that up or is that a real world thing?
Wait, what?
No.
Now I'm confused.
You said
Chia seeds
instead
are a
of
thing.
using
Oh, he does.
Oh,
Sesame
yeah,
seeds.
that was an in-game joke.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
part
joke.
where I was confused. I'm like, is this a thing he's saying for the game or is this a real world application?
In the game.
Because that doesn't sound nearly as good.
Mm.
I don't know. Have you tried chia seeds?
Yeah,
I
last
have.
minute chia seed.
Oh.
Toasted?
Oh no.
Chia seeds are more fun when you put them in water because they get all slimy.
Weird.
Like, it's super cool. Like, they,
That doesn't sound appealing.
No, bananas are appealing.
Well, sometimes oranges can be
or
appealing
maybe
too.
I'm appealing the bananas.
Did you know bananas come in 3 pieces?
We did. Hey, we'll go back to that topic. Fire X likes that one.
Bananas come in 3 pieces, man.
Talk about those bananas.
I split one today to make a smoothie, and I was like, so satisfying.
All right. Do you all join him in investigating the garden?
No,
Cool.
I think I'm
Sure,
gonna
I'll go.
put my stuff down and grab a bowl of chili.
I ain't got nothing
I like
better
that
to do.
idea.
Perfect. Well, you two get your chili
Yes.
and hang out. As for you two, the gardens are out behind the residential areas, and
Nothing like
they
a
actually.
classic splitting of the party to get things, to get things going.
Really
Gotta do it at some point.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. Every good party needs a split, and we're all out of bananas, so.
It reminds you very much of the gardens that you saw in Freshtovia itself. But, of course, smaller. Nothing could be quite as grand as those in the capital city. Not to mention no statue of Dave the Founder.
That's
Right.
true.
So tragic.
But, yeah, there's nothing really else around there. The gardeners are there. They are warm and polite to you, but you definitely get the sense that it's not as much of a tourist attraction as, or even like more like a park as it is in the capital city.
Okay.
Yeah. That.
With that, I'll return to the rooms. I could probably use time to put my feet up and relax.
Perfect. Excellent. So yeah. Eventually, a couple of hours go by. I imagine you're all just doing your daily things when it is.
Sure, yeah.
Where are you all choosing to hang out?
I think the inn's a good place. Meet some of the locals and
Yeah.
just kind of relax. There's good drink, good food.
Plus, it is our only lead so far on the snake, so we might as
And
well
he
stay
happens
here.
to show up here, and nobody else has said anything. We've been all over town.
Hooray! Perfect. After a couple hours, you're deep in conversation with some at this point some merchants who have heard of your exploits in helping with those sauce convoys, and just buying you a round of sodas just to say thanks for keeping the roads safe. Hard to ply their trade if you can't get goods to where they need to go.
I'll make sure
I
you get a
think that's
beer.
fair.
A root beer.
Oh, as you're in the middle of toasting each other, Eamon will actually come up and tap you on the shoulder. Gentlemen, he has arrived. The man that you're looking for, he's over there in the corner. If you wish to speak to him, be my guest.
Thank you, sir.
We look over. Is he actually just a snake in a cloak?
Don't notice me. that tongue thing.
Looking
Drag.
over in his direction, you immediately your eyes are drawn to a man who is sitting in the back corner of this very large room, definitely avoiding any sort of contact with the rest of the patrons. He's sitting he sits alone, of course, and there is a hood over his head, and he's got 3 pieces of leather that hang over his forehead, resembling fangs and a forked tongue. He's sipping on a large iced tea.
Ooh, iced tea.
What do you do?
Walks straight up to
Yeah,
him.
mosey on over and strike up a conversation, I guess. Like,
Yeah. Very politely. Mr. Snake, I
As
presume.
you're on your way over, he actually takes note of you and surprisingly gestures for you to come.
Oh,
he's
that.
expecting us.
He must have talked to the fortune teller.
I hope we're not late this time.
Ugh, I don't like being late. Usually we're pretty punctual.
Yeah. Now, my question is, if we were late there, are we just going to be late perpetually everywhere until we catch up? I'm real unsure on how this whole fortune thing's supposed to work.
Maybe by telling us that we were late, we will be early and we'll change our future. Maybe that was all just a ruse to help us change some things in the future. Yeah.
It's all a ruse.
No, she said some nice things to me. That's not a ruse.
You got
That's
here
nice
quicker
to me.
than I expected.
Ha! Yes.
There we go. I think that just about fix it.
No. Right.
Have a seat, quickly.
No, Austin, have a seat. He just said.
I'm getting there. I just gotta make me move this quick.
Simon says take a seat.
Simon, fucking hold on a second. I hurt.
He hurt himself.
I didn't
today.
get to lay around all day like I wanted to.
That is fair. Again,
What a dumb game Simon Says was. You can't fucking follow directions.
Fuck you, Simon.
Simon can't tell me what to do. Fucking
I don't
bitch.
listen to Simon. Simon's at the boss of me.
Just it's a metaphor for the man telling you what to do all the time. Preparing young children for the real world.
So,
When you do what your boss said, but they didn't ask you in the right way, so you didn't technically do what they said.
And I feel bad for anyone who's in like a position of power who's named Simon.
I don't. I would be like, all right, Simon says I need that paperwork by Friday. But then he comes in and says, I need that paperwork by Friday, and you're like, but Simon didn't say.
oh no. The moment he does that, he's fucked. He handed on Simon. He's like, I need it this Friday. But you didn't say.
Simon didn't say.
Look, Mama didn't raise no fool. If I do it, you didn't say it.
Then I'm out, which in this, it means I'm fired.
I've played that. He's like,
I play to win, and someone's like, respect.
Respect.
But also, you
here's
get
your
your-
write-up.
Yeah. Also, Simon says, here's your write-up.
Simon says,
Sign this
this
paperwork.
right now.
Stop, my face hurts now.
All right. After you take a seat in this this small alcove that he's occupying, he will actually pull down his hood, revealing a scruffy face and gray eyes.
Is it a snake?
No,
He's
it's
not a
not
snake.
Snake.
Oh.
My name
Weren't
is
you listening? You already said it was a man.
But
Yeah.
my name is Darren Matthews, but they call me the Snake because, well, I'm sneaky.
Nigga snake.
A sneaky snake.
I heard that you're the group that dealt with that Freestra back. Got the convoys through and
Yes, sir.
Oh,
take
yeah,
it.
that monster. I was like, wait, is the Freestra the name of the thing we just killed?
Nope.
No, it's the other ice monster.
Yeah.
With it.
I heard you dealt with the constable out at Fort Baconator too.
Yeah, we did that too.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Oh, formidable folk, that's That's for sure.
But we're going after
Thank you, sir.
a more formidable folk, if you
No.
catch my drift.
I would imagine so.
I wanted my heart to be more important than your heart. Sorry.
Heart wars, nothing but heart wars.
But it's not highlighted, so.
No, but there's more. Which means my love is stronger.
He just went up to you. What are you gonna do about it?
Now,
It's quality over quantity, so.
No, it's not.
I take it.
I'd rather you didn't.
I take it you guys are here for more than just dealing with that pesky bird.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And
We also came to talk to you.
So I've heard. What do you want to talk to me about?
A more formidable foe.
Okay.
And getting past some gates.
The beef skates, specifically.
Now that makes more sense. That makes more sense. I've been through there. Time or two. Well, not
Oh,
actually,
perfect.
Not actually through the gates, if you catch my drift.
Right, 'cause it'd be really difficult to go through something that's solid. Makes sense.
Wise man here.
Yeah, if you say so.
It's like most of the guys I know, they were wise, were kind of dumb.
How are they wise?
He's like, I have.
You
no
can be
idea.
wise and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's called wisdom.
Ouch.
Wisdom is dumb.
Nah, I don't think that's why they call it wisdom. I think there's probably another reason.
I don't like this
But,
game. I don't want to play it anymore. Welcome back to Warhammer where Spencer's serious and not punning us all the time.
I want the puns to keep happening there. It's just at the expense of our lives.
I'm like, it's like, we might need to stretch out this Wendy's content so I can reread a lot of content now.
No. Spencer, we get to the end of this, and he's like, well, I've homebrewed a lot of further levels for all the orders, so we can go ahead and continue.
Or you start multi-classing.
No, we're gonna fight orcs like day one of Warhammer. He's like, all right, well, the orcs try to give you a hand or take one away. Righteous fury, use hand.
Fuck.
Oh fuck.
Orcs are fucking terrifying.
Yep.
I have had an orc rip my arm from a socket in that game. I then proceeded to use that arm to kill him, but, you know,
You
still,
lost your arm.
I did lose an arm.
Disarmed, well armed, there's not much of a difference sometimes.
The arm still had a chain sword attached, so, you know, it did its job still.
We've got this handled.
I hope so. I would hate to imagine trying to use a chain sword without a handle.
This is a high
I
risk
see
mission.
you saw a solution to that problem.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, right, yeah.
sort of.
I hurt eternally from this.
I don't get it.
I see that Spencer's just chaining the puns.
Hey.
Really gotta hammer that one in before it gets worn out.
No one likes you.
That's true.
All right.
There you go, Brandon. I went up to you. Mine moves.
You did one up me.
Damn.
It jiggles.
Damn. You could even say he beat you.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, that's kind of what
A heart
happens there.
beat you?
Man.
You know, sometimes I feel like y'all are saying things, but they're not what you're saying.
You keep saying that word. I think it means.
Here you go, Brandon.
Listen.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I like it how the second message is in time with the first message.
Yeah, all Bitmojis go at the same time.
Oh, do they really?
Uh huh.
Nice.
So.
You gotta spend them biddies though.
cut a different badge for each one of those 3 messages?
I was actually just looking at that too.
So many badges.
Badge.
I don't know what my badges are now.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, I got a badge for using my first bit. I got a badge. And I'm also the highest donator for bits.
Yep.
Now that you donated a bit.
First.
4 whole bits, in fact.
Yeah.
Top bits. All right.
Brent, one up him by donating 5 bits.
I was thinking about it, honestly speaking.
Well, listen, friends. You just let me know, and I'll get you past that gate to do whatever the heck it is you want to do on the other side in the deep freeze. Ain't fun. It's a cold, cold world out there, but I'll get you there.
Well, we're fresh, never frozen, so we can handle it.
It's still
It's true.
Indeed. You've come through it. Ain't
Says
even a
it
sign
right here
of
on
a
my
chill
character
on you.
sheet. Fresh, never frozen.
I'm basically ready to go as soon as we're ready.
Alright.
Yeah, nah, I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that, he will finish his iced tea, right down to like that very end, just like trying to get the last drops. Just like,
Just like super awkward as we're all just kind of sitting there like.
The end just slowly turns on me.
You see him like shake, like the ice run.
all right, let's be on our way. Let's not dally too long.
Come on, what are you all sitting down for? Let's
Man, I
go.
really wish we had people clipping.
Just was making straw noises for 5 minutes.
Straw noises and Spencer's hand motions were perfect clipping material.
It'd be nice to have awesome dying of laughter clip too.
I don't particularly like dying. Thank you very much.
It's not fun.
I was yelling at him
I've never
for
tried.
wasting his 20s on the fucking mechanical fortune tellings.
Yeah, I wasted them. Let's go.
It takes you about a day's travel towards the south to reach the vicinity of Beefgate.
Any
As you walk-
mysterious people handing out swords yet?
Is it a lady in a lake?
Some watery tart throws a sword at you. Just the right
You're the
to
king!
wield extreme executive power.
Excuse me, Queen Wendy. This nice lady from this lake, she said that I'm in charge now.
Oh, shucks. Here you go, sir.
Well, yeah, that's about how that works.
Your name
so-
is Dave, so how appropriate.
No one has been handing out any swords yet, unfortunately.
I keep my eye out for anyone that may want to hand out swords today.
Turns out that it wasn't a positive fortune. He's actually going to, it's actually the Ice Jester. He's taking his family sword and he's going to give it straight into my chest.
Oh, that would not be good.
That's a very efficient delivery method.
You have
Boom,
received.
it's-
Good thing it's physical damage and you have resistance to it.
It's actually made out of plasma. Yeah.
A light spoon.
Mm-hmm. Lights.
If it's physical and cold damage, do you only take a quarter of it?
No.
No.
Question mark?
You just take half of each.
Yep.
I think there'd be separate pools and I take half of each.
All right. You
Kitty.
travel into the icy mountains that separate Freshtovia from the deep freeze.
Deep freeze.
There is a large stone gate that has been carved into the base of the mountains. It is almost 30 feet high and has 2 large stone pillars on either side of the massive stone doors. The stone slabs make these doors look as though they might weigh many tons. On sight, getting through seems nearly impossible. Getting through those would be impossible. says to
Yep,
say.
sounds about right.
But
we need to get on the other side of them, not necessarily through them. So
We go over them, we go under them, we go around them.
Which is why we're going this way.
all right.
About 50 feet to the left of the beef gate, he pushes a much smaller stone that rolls a bit, revealing a hole in the mountain. It's just large enough to crawl through, but a tight fit.
What about for us beefy boys? Are we gonna be able to fit?
You'll be fine. You'll
No.
make it.
It's just big enough for you guys, which
Yeah.
means I'm super.
No, I feel like because of that description, it now shapes itself to be a tight fit for everybody who goes through.
What? You glaring at me for that hand?
9 whole bits, Austin. Damn.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't have to work today, but I did. I'm investing all of my earnings from today into bits.
Please send a message under 500 characters. Fuck.
Oops. Alright, this will take you to the other side. Y'all be careful, okay?
Alrighty.
Ain't kind over there.
I wouldn't expect
y'all-
it to be.
Y'all seem fresh enough to make this happen. So he walks up. One by one, you...
Jesus fucking Christ.
I love the individual.
Nope, that's just Austin.
Look at them all.
30.
Bloop. Bloop.
That's 50 right there. I'm pretty sure. My math is correct. So that's a total of 59 so far.
So proud of you, Austin.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that would math out. I bought 95 bits. I have 36.
The stone presses cool against your sides, and you can feel the ancient pain of the freezing as it creeps into your bones. There is a history of darkness in this place. You grow weary, and just as it seems, you will be consumed by the unending apathy of eternity. Which, yeah, it's a lot of that's an extra word in there.
It's okay.
You emerge on the other side of the mountain and see what appears to be a small frozen town just ahead. As you walk into the town, you realize that there are no longer any standing buildings, just a circle of debris, buried beneath years of ice and snow. No one has called this place home for longer than you could guess. A well sits in the center of the town. The town is surrounded on all sides by more of the icy mountain range that the beef gate was carved into. Where's my mouse?
They get really cool, but they also get really expensive. Like there's one that's 10,000 bits that is like giant eyes and vomits up a rainbow. Like,
Oh.
really intense, but also
Yeah.
those are expensive.
Yes. Yes, they are.
I think it's 95 for like $2.
Behold, the ghost town.
He's so tiny.
It is tiny and ghostly.
So this was on the other side of the tunnel?
Yep. Let's see. So if you look at it, you can see that the mountains are too high to attempt climbing and just, not really worth it. Everything is kind of frozen and there's nothing there.
Gross.
Yes, indeed. What would you like to do?
Let's check out the ruins.
Perfect.
See if there's some hints, some clue about the people of the deep freeze. Oh, you cheered.
Oh, is it? I didn't know I cheered.
How do you cheer?
I don't have a fucking clue what I just did. For a first time bit buyer, got a package of
So
500 bits for
Giving bits
$7.
is a cheer? So you also cheered.
I'd say 500.
It took $7 to outdo Austin. Whatever.
It'll take $7 to outdo you. Because I'm already ahead of you.
Yeah, let's just keep throwing a bunch of our money into this in like the most inefficient way possible.
I spent $2 and used them one at a time. I was fine spending 2 cents on emoji.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, like, if we're going to spend money on the channel, like, why don't we just spend money on the channel?
Yeah, we can do that also. But But I was salty, so.
I was salty.
There you go. That is big ballin', I guess. All right. So throughout the ruins, there's nothing that you can see. Everything has been abandoned for years upon years, and has obviously been picked clean of anything that would be of use.
Well, she's now second.
Even you can tell to a certain extent just building materials. Like these
Okay.
walls haven't just fallen down; they've been kind of disassembled.
Ooh.
Type of a thing.
They left.
So you just kind of have the outlines of the buildings.
Okay.
I don't have any more bits. I spent them all.
Yeah, I counted. I'm also not gonna spend $7 to fucking win this game.
This is just like every
No, I just spent $7 towards a new thing. Maybe a second camera.
Oh,
Maybe
I
a
just
better upload
have
speed.
50 bits. That's nifty.
Oh.
Cool.
I'm not gonna use it.
Round and round we go.
Alright, so now we are in the ghost town.
I'm gonna take a rock and I'm just gonna drop it down the well and see what happens.
Classic.
It falls for a bit, and you hear it clank at the bottom, followed by shrieking.
You fool of a took.
Just out of the well emerge 4 icy demons.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
These are known as freezer birds and are roughly 3 feet tall with jagged and thin arms that lead to sharp, elongated frozen claws. Their faces kind of look like icy jack-o'-lanterns.
Bring it on.
Let's go ahead and roll some initiatives, boys.
Round.
A bit. I don't know. I actually don't know.
It's like, I hope.
Oh, no. Is that's Brandon's kind of.
That's a pencil. You can use it.
Is it this one?
Yeah, well.
What is this about?
Jumbo.
I don't have a clue.
I don't know, man.
You guys might have emotes. I'm not sure.
I don't know how this works either.
Oh.
Did Brandon gift us stuff without knowing it?
Alright. Let's get your initiative numbers.
12.
Alrighty. Mitch.
I got a 4.
Austin.
Got an 11.
11.
19.
Okay.
Yeah, I have standard emotes. I have one from when I've probably been gifted subs to Loco's channel. I have a haha lean, haha points.
I have Haha Cat.
Love peak, love other ones, and then the recently used category.
Oh, I have Love Gift, Haha Cat, and then a very long list of things. And then the standard emotes.
I have a bunch of crit roll ones.
One of my categories is called Flip This, Table Here, Scaredy Cat, Kappa HD, Minic, Prime You Don't Say, Prime You What?
Yeah, man. Great. Alright. Starting off, we go to Alfred.
So they're just kind of, you said there's 4 of them?
Yes.
Are they like in a group?
So I mentioned they all just sort of popped out in.
We're spamming our own chat. Oh!
Hey.
That's a cute little emoji.
Yeah. Perfect. Alright, so I just imagine they kind of popped out around the well.
Okay.
Just like. Plop.
It's my new
And
thingy that
kind
I
of
was
like
using.
the 4 points of the well sort of a deal.
My thingy I was using last combat does hit everyone in line.
So you could potentially hit 2 of them.
I could hit 2 of them. Oh, now there are 2 of them.
No, there are 2 of them.
Yeah, like I'll just do that. So
Jeez, Brandon, are you still salty? What's wrong with you?
I just went on different salt that I wanted to use. That's all there is to it.
How's an 11 sound?
Nope, they'll miss.
Oh, weird. I didn't see that one coming. Well, I guess it's it for me then.
All right.
Mercy.
That'll bring us to Usa.
All right, I will
No, I haven't
go ahead and I assume that they're in within throwing distance of my forks.
Mm-hmm.
I will take the legendary Founder's Folk and I'll throw it as the closest assailant.
Cool.
Feast mode!
Woo!
So,
Max damage.
Max
And an
damage
extra
plus
die.
the extra d4. So that's 5 regular, 6 of the fire.
So 5 and 6.
And I get advantage on my next attack roll.
All right. All right.
What is that laughter guy?
Pat, pat.
It's low.
Pat pat.
Lol.
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, what?
There.
Dave's gonna smackadoo one of these bad boys with his sauced up skillet.
There you go.
16 plus 4 is a 20 to hit. I think it was a grace roll of 13.
That is, and they failed it.
And 6 and 4 is 10. Plus 6 is 16. 20 points of damage.
Boom.
Boom!
All right, so one of them just got clobbered and also fell to the ground.
Do you want to get clucked?
Yeah, they got plucked and they got clobbered. Yeah, sure. All right.
Time to heat things
Now
up a
time
bit.
for the Frosty Boys.
Oh, this is how much Twitch chats look now. That's about right. It's just it's usually not the people on the stream doing it.
It's usually a line of green swords.
It's not usually a line of moderators.
Weird.
That part.
If only we had other people to fill our Twitch chat for us.
Come on, villain, you should be contributing.
He's plotting against us.
Dylan went to bed. He doesn't love us anymore.
Is it went to bed or woke up from Russia? I'm not really sure.
He did say
Oh, Zane Kuiper's watching this. What's up, dude? I was watching him earlier today.
Nice, nice.
Well,
Yeah.
my boy Dave, you just got feast moded.
That's fine.
Feast mode.
Oh no, that was yesterday. Because I asked you if you remember he followed us.
But
I remember you mentioning that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's a pretty funny guy. He has one of these things that is drink water.
don't
Yeah.
That's a clever one.
It's only 18 points of ice damage, so it's like 9
damage.
Actually. Another one's gonna roll up and miss. Another one is gonna roll up and try and miss on Pat Pat.
Alright.
Dang, these boys can't hit nothing. Get out of here, freezer burn.
Next one is going to hit
Hit who?
on Pat Pat. And do 8 ice damage.
Total?
I think you've got, so you're fresh never frozen, so that's
Yep,
4.
that's 4. Boom.
Boom. And that will bring us to Pat Pat.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and take one of my actions to try that charm check again.
Charming.
Is that a
10.
10? Damn it.
We need to roll to get it.
13.
Oh, it's a 13. You have 0.
No, it's a 14 to add 1.
It's a 14. Weird.
14.
Have you seen every DC in this game? It's a 13.
What?
So you having a 14 is odd.
No, it's,
Well,
it's
it's
even.
even.
It's odd. It's peculiar.
That's a better word.
Nice.
It's queer.
But yeah, then the other action.
Smack the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Get him.
That is only a 10.
That will miss.
Okay.
Which brings us back up to the top. They are currently now out of a line from you, and your buddies are in the center of, or in the line of fire.
Are they kind of like ran up like in a row?
Right now they're kind of like intermixed with you guys.
Oh, okay.
It's not clear squares. It's just more of a clusterfuck.
Could I move to a spot where I can hit 2 of them?
Without also hitting us.
Not really. You could probably like get a shot onto one of them.
Oh, okay.
Because the way I see it is, Dave walked up and dropped it.
Yeah.
So he got kind of attacked
I guess
first.
it's that, yeah.
And then
And pretty much surrounded.
And then we imagine that, I imagine that Pat's usually, since he's also the front line, he's somewhere in that area as you're checking
Definitely,
it.
for
So
sure.
those two are
Things
now
are getting
kind
busy.
of up.
Well, I'll go for one of the ones I already burned.
Okay, cool.
Never mind, that's right, I missed, so I haven't burned anyone. And I missed again.
Cool.
With a 5.
Way to be.
Be real helpful this time.
Is the one that I threw the fork at last time still alive?
Yes, he's currently engaged with.
Aw, congratulations.
You didn't tell us. I will throw
Tell everyone you know. Hopefully he'll hear.
I'll give a
Fine.
second knife to him
Okay.
with my advantage because of feast mode. So that's a 12 on the die for 13 total.
I'm gonna get a
That'll
picture
hit.
commissioned in honor of this game. And it's gonna be Dave
It's another
And
4
the
points of
Burger Bandit.
damage.
happily engaged.
All right.
And that will be my turn.
Dave.
Dave. Dave's gonna.
So the one that managed to hit you is is the one that you hit,
Okay.
and it's been hit a couple extra times.
Yeah. Just gonna go to hit him.
Cool.
12.
That'll miss.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, but he was prone, so yeah, we're gonna give you advantage on that one.
Oh. 16.
That'll hit.
That's 6. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
He was not looking very good.
Quite a whopping amount of
So you
damage
know
there.
the boys that way.
Hey, he's not ugly, he's just not your type.
Oh, okay, my bad.
True.
Sorry, I don't understand these things.
But also, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, 14 doesn't even get close to you, does it?
No, I only got a 17.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
These guys are like 16, 17, I'm like 10.
Yeah.
Well, we are the frontline boys, so
Yeah,
it makes sense.
The guy that hit you rolled
I'm
an
also the
18.
17 now.
Right.
Because that went by 1.
Yeah, I figured
I was
if
like-
you weren't going to ask me what it was,
like-
you probably rolled pretty good on the die.
It's like, no, he hit that one. I don't think an AC, he can get an AC high enough for that one. All right.
Was the AC higher than 17? Because in this party, we can't get higher. 17's where our party caps out.
Yeah.
Nope.
I
I
think
get my ability off.
Then it's 19.
I got 19.
Yeah.
One of these days.
I think the Baconator starts with base 15.
Pat, your turn.
All right, let's try this thing again.
Yeah.
You say so.
Oh, that's 13.
That'll
We
hit.
have +2 to our defense.
Right.
Now I'll attack it. And get an 11.
That'll miss.
Wait, no, 12.
That'll still miss.
That's still miss. Get. Perfect. Well, that was my turn. I'm harder to hit now.
All right, Alfred.
Brandon, you're the order of
You're
the
the one that he's been
chicken.
Grilled chicken sandwich.
12.
Miss. All right. Talk yourself.
Glad.
Alright, I
Good
will,
ones.
one of you took damage, right?
We both have taken damage.
But
Yeah.
not,
You
not-
have the-
not enough to worry
Well,
about.
I have, because I can heal, and that's my third successful action in a row, and then I get another action to
Or
throw
you
a
just
knife.
hold that for something relevant.
Well, I mean, this turn I'm going to do an action, which gains me a bonus action this turn, is my
Right.
understanding.
Right, and if you hit, that means you could potentially get another chance to hit again.
But
The thing is, it's like the extra action of healing us isn't worth the chance of getting 2 attacks in this turn. It's just not.
All right. Well, I did get a 13 on the
You got
attack
it.
roll. Luckily.
Hooray.
So that's another 4 damage.
Perfect. The one that you guys were dealing with evaporates into icy mist again.
All right, and I will choose a target next to Pat, and I will throw a second, and that's only an 11.
All right, that'll miss. Back to Dave. You have one more guy that's was engaging with you.
Well, he's not my one true love, or my one true villain. So, does a 21
Yeah, that'll hit.
do ya? That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 points of damage.
Oh, gotta hurt him. All right, back to the boys. Oh, hey, he also has to make his grace roll.
Yeah, and his 13 grace roll.
And did not make that, so that guy is prone.
And slinging that sauce.
Doop. Nope. Nope. Alrighty, that'll bring us to Pat.
All right. Still got one on me, right? Let's go ahead and attack.
You got 2 with you right
Ooh,
now.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'll attack 1 and get a 11, and then feast mode.
Beast
There
mode! Feasting.
And that's for all the dice. I get a max plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even the extra fire damage I get.
Oh,
Perfect.
snap.
So it's full plus 1 die.
So that's 7 fire, and then 12, 15 normal damage.
12 fire and 15.
No, 7 fire.
7,
But
okay.
unless you give it extra because of reasons, but it was just 7.
Okay. Cool. Still hefty.
Getting a free 10 points of damage on top of whatever you're going to do is a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Very useful.
I'm not really sure if they take extra damage from fire because only the effect happens on ice creatures. So I feel like that's just where the fire damage comes from.
No.
Is the fact that they're ice creatures.
They also take. I think they have weakness to fire.
Yeah, I'll have to go and review all of that because it's not listed like on a creature by creature basis, so I'll have to just go and read through and figure it. But
It's also to add that the variable can roll you a 1 or it can roll you a 6.
It does, yeah. But
I haven't been like for my mind, I haven't really been like doubling the fire damage. I've just been tacking on like an extra 2 or
They would have weakness, which is 50%.
50%. So
that's probably what weakness is. Yeah, an extra 50%, not an extra double.
Yeah.
okay, cool, sweet. So that works. Blah, 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 blah.
If you lose 50% of the damage when you have resistance, so you would gain 50% of the damage when you have
That makes good sense. I like it.
weakness,
I like it.
which
All
makes more sense.
So let's see. That was Jet. Boys trying to do their thing. Papa did his thing. So yeah, back up to the top. Alfred, get them, do their thing.
You flamethrowing a guy?
I'm gonna try. Hopefully, I can hit for the 4 times. Nope, that's a 10. See it.
But I only have 2 more knives to throw, so I would throw 1 knife and then go into combat with the other. Okay, that one wide.
Perfect. Dave.
Same guys last time. 19 plus 4 is at 23.
That'll hit.
3, 9, 13 more.
15.
Yay.
How's you like damn apples?
Yeah, you're okay.
He's on the ground, so he can. He tries to stand up. Other guy. He's going to miss. Also going to miss. Turns out, them with +1 to their attacks, it's really hard for them to hit 19.
That's strange.
I don't know why it would be difficult.
How would that happen?
Not like a 15% chance to do it. It's fine.
Yeah, you got it. You got this. All right. Moving on. It's Pepper's turn.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and just attack the one that I hurt real bad last time.
Solid.
That is a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 5 points of damage and 2 fire.
Alrighty. Got him.
Alright, and I'll attack him again.
Do it.
That is a 18 to hit. So
Nice.
why? 4 points of damage and 1 fire.
Aww.
So 1 on both dice.
Oh, no.
It went from a 2 on both dice
Yeah.
to a 1 on both dice.
I was like, that's just sad. You thought you had minimum? We'll show you minimum now.
At least you dealt damage.
It
Just
could
calm
be.
down.
There's also that. Back up to you. You want to try again?
Yes.
Really hoping either one of those would be a good roll, take it out, so I'd get to use my classic double ability finally.
Yeah.
Right?
But no!
So there's one on him.
Apparently
there's
not.
2 on him, and then there's 1 laying on the ground by Austin. I'll give you advantage on attacking that guy.
You might need it.
Thanks. No, I'm gonna go after one him, the wounded one.
Cool.
No, not the wounded one.
No, not the wounded one.
Not the wounded one.
Okay, not the wounded one.
Should've gone with
Save the
one.
wounded one for me. He's mine.
Should've gone with the wounded one.
I still only rolled a 2.
Your turn.
All right.
But would you have if you
There
went for
are
the wounded one?
3
Yes.
knives in
Are you
the
sure?
dead one
Yes.
by Austin.
100%?
Yes.
So I'm going to
I don't
move
think
over
so.
there and
I
collect
don't
my
think you
knives.
can be 100% sure of that.
Cool. And that's all you can do.
You
Yep.
don't know these things.
Boom.
Yeah, but I don't claim to.
The
Like
guy in front of me is still
That's fair.
Mr. 100%
Jones in first will
certainty
fight.
this ain't
Yep.
gonna happen
18
again.
plus 4 is
Yes.
22.
That hits.
That's 10. And 3 and 4 is 17 more.
Solid.
Yeah.
And he explodes.
Whoa.
Get out of here.
All right.
Everyone takes 8d6 points of psychic damage, which no one has resistance to.
Actually, I'm actually a bit of a barbarian the whole time. And I
No,
have resistance.
psychic is the one thing barbarians can't get resistance to.
Well, actually, I have a homebrew item that you approved, session 1.
Well, you forgot about this whole game.
that I
until
forgot about
this
this whole
moment.
game. That gives you resistance to psychic damage. Turns out you're a fool. It's like, then it's ultra psychic damage. My weakness. Damn it. I take double damage from ultra psychic damage.
Boop. And okay. So anyway, again, still having trouble with that hitting thing.
Right.
I understand that thing.
Capping.
Right.
Take mine.
Let's try this again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 2 on the die, so we'll try this again.
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 That is 3 on the die. Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
No, I don't believe in dice jails.
At least it's climbing as opposed to the trend you had. You bounced back from minimum. We're on our way back.
Who's turn?
It's not mine.
All right, Alfred.
Alfred.
Let's see if you can pull off the damage again.
Not wounded one.
I'll give you the wounded one. I don't even care.
19.
Hey, you got it. Do some damage. What you got, son?
6.
Yeah, right. We're going.
All right, Fire X. Have a good night.
See you
Have a
later.
good one.
Thanks for tuning in. Okay. You actually hit him? Cool.
All right. Armed with my Founder's Fork, I will run up to assist my good friend Pat, and I will make a melee attack against
I could really do this all day, so
the wounded boy.
What is that?
they can't hit me, and
Feast mode.
if I hit them, I'm barely to do damage, so I literally could be here all day.
So that's the 6 fire plus the 8 regular damage for feast mode.
Yeah, he did.
Bye.
Cool. Very dead. Right then. that will bring us.
Well, apparently, I'm your monkeys in this fight, Austin.
Yeah.
Bastards.
I remember those. Great.
There's a monkey.
You run up to the last one, and an 11 misses.
That was a bad show.
What?
I'm starting to slip and
I liked
slide on
that
this
show.
ice.
Because you liked it doesn't mean it was a good show.
Monkey.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, just because you didn't like it doesn't make it a bad show.
I mean, that's also true.
Oh,
I happen to have not watched it and have no
It's a
opinion.
cool show.
What was the TV show about monkeys? They piloted a robot.
Nope.
Fuck.
Pat.
Fuck. It was on Cartoon Network.
I don't want to say it.
Okay.
Was it Big Oops?
It's a big oops.
Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
That's unnecessarily long.
No, it is
That's
absolutely
special.
necessarily long.
Well, wasn't like Kids Next
Super
Door
Monkey Team
like subtitled with
Hyperforce Go.
something, or was it literally just Kids Next
I
Door?
think it was just kids.
Code
Next
Name.
Door.
Codename Kids Next
Codename
Door,
Kids Next Door.
which was an awesome show.
Great
That
show.
was so creative. I like that
Battle
one.
Ready Armor.
Oh gosh.
We
Right.
just need to plug.
That was clever
We just
because
gotta plug
they
it.
found one. They're like, nope, it's just a lady undergarment. Oh, that's gross. And he's like, you fools. It's like fucking samurai armor.
Yeah. No, that shit was great. Like, we just need to
That
plug
show
that
was
into our
silly.
acronym machine. Battle Ready Armor.
Too good.
Oh gosh.
Well, I guess I'll try to attack again.
Oh,
Oh, it's a 19 on the die.
Hey,
I think that's gonna hit. For 7 points of damage plus 2 fire damage.
Cool.
Alright, Alfred, kill the last one standing.
it's probably not gonna happen, but we'll give it a shot.
Alright,
So I imagine just shooting fire around directions.
armed with advantage from my feast mode, I will engage the final ice demon.
Hooray.
It's a 19 on
Say
the
so.
die for a 20 to hit.
Said so.
Got him.
That's 2 damage.
Oh, my only
And that
stipulation was
activates
that
my
it was if you
amulet
said
for an
so.
additional
There
wackadoo.
you go.
Ooh.
That's a 13 on the die for a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 4 damage.
Cool.
We'll get there eventually, guys.
Get him.
Puppy's got some hit points, yo.
Dave. Finish this boy.
Oh, now that you said that.
One to attack for proficiency with weapons.
What?
Have you been adding your +1 to attack for being proficient with weapons?
Nope, I've been adding
Oh.
1 to attacks for grace and strength. I have a 1 in each.
Oh, well, you should be adding one more because you're probably proficient with the weapons you're using.
Yeah.
Is it 12 hit?
Skilled with light armor, robe, staff, light weapon. Yep.
Yeah.
And throwing.
Yeah. So
Yep, then we're getting that one.
So +2 to my attack rolls because of my grace and strength are 1.
Yeah.
+1 to you.
damage because that same reason.
Tap.
Yeah.
Oh, do I even get damage on the thrown attacks?
Why won't you?
I don't know.
Oh, because I haven't been
Probably.
doing that either.
I assume
If it's
so.
like 5th edition, you do.
Yeah.
It's like most editions you do.
Yeah.
Well,
Pathfinder.
You get strength on
Only if you're using a comp. Oh, if you're using
If
an
you're
actual throwing
throwing
weapon,
weapon.
you
a
do.
throw
Yes.
weapon, yeah.
which doesn't come up that often because it's
Not worth it to build a throw weapon character because
How?
another one.
Oh my goodness.
another one. Another one.
Bye.
You're gone forever. With your phone.
Please tell me it's another one.
No, it's 10. Plus 3 is 13. So I.
That'll hit.
Yes.
That'll hit.
Why isn't it +4?
For 16? Isn't that just a plus 3?
Plus your proficiency, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, I just got the plus 3, so I'm used to adding 3 damage or 3 to hit.
I'm like, no, that number says +3. I thought we were all doing the same.
My number here just changed. Thank you very much.
How much damage?
It's 10 points plus 2 fire.
Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. I'm gonna put that on the intro when we're done here because I need to hear it.
Yeah. So that one also explodes into a shower of ice crystals.
Is that 3 down or 4 down?
That's
That
all
is
of them.
4. That is them.
Great. I'm gonna get my extra attack on the imaginary one.
I'm gonna cover my 2 knives that went wide.
I'm gonna go recover that D20 I threw.
I'm gonna ask for a chicken sandwich and then I'm gonna jump down the hill.
I'll give you your chicken sandwich.
How much is the heal?
I will climb.
It's D4
I want. It's,
for 1.
it's literally 1. So.
Oh, I can give you a large bite for 3d4. And you can roll that.
You can do that multiple times.
I have no limit to my healing, other than the one that's once per
Yeah,
round,
that's
which
what I was
is
trying to
already
clarify.
heal.
Okay, then I'll take a large bite and I'll jump down the well.
I will.
I want to make sure
Does
there's
it
no more
require
bad
a
guys.
large part also, Pat?
No, I'm good.
Cool. The
3,
bottom of the well is cool and damp.
5.
No.
9.
The room opens up to
3,
a
5, 9.
circle that is about 30 feet across. A small rusted grate to the left of the ladder seems to be where the water flow is coming from. The center of the room, roughly 20 feet in diameter, is a pool of water. On the opposite end of the room is another rusted grate that seems to be where the overflow of water spills out. The water is very cold to the touch, but not quite frozen. The pool looks about 5 feet deep.
In this crystal clear pool, is there anything we can see at the bottom?
There is not.
Just an empty basin. Are either of the grates accessible? Oh, the well.
No well.
Ah.
So we can go through one of the grates.
Yes.
Oh, so there is a pour spout, and then
Yeah.
this is a tunnel, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's
the
not-
rusty grate that it pours through is chopped out for the bird's eye, and it's right here.
Yeah. Yep.
And then this is the.
That's just a.
So I'm here.
That's just a tunnel. Yeah. You come down there.
Oh, cool.
On those planks of wood.
Yeah.
Guys, there's something down here.
What do you mean by something?
I'm standing on a platform, and it goes to stairs.
Oh. Clank, 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 clank.
I guess we will join you.
So we go through the tunnel.
All right. So getting down, you observe that the walls of this tunnel are just everything around it is bricked like a sewer system. Hold on.
It's time to show these suckers who's boss.
All right.
This is a very well-built sewer system. I don't think we need to show them how to do anything.
Yeah, it's stood very well.
Yeah.
There's one thing that the Ice Kingdom does know. It's garbage. Because that's what the Ice Kingdom is.
Well, the garbage disposal systems and sewer systems are very different. Have you been throwing away your garbage in the sewer? That's incredibly bad for our systems. You understand that the trash blocks, can block a whole bunch of grates that would block up the water that would just back up the entire sewer system.
No,
Doing
I
that-
throw nothing away. Everything I do is either recyclable or compostable.
Oh, that's not really a Freshtovia kind of thing, but okay.
Composting?
That's what you're into.
I feel like Freshtovia might actually really be into composting.
Wendys isn't, so...
It's not part of their.
Well, then go fuck yourself as just a hipster.
And I thought nobody liked him.
It's true.
That's not even gonna start it on his character.
Oh my gosh.
Boom, roasted.
Roasted.
Sorry,
Thank you,
Brock.
Michael
It's a
Scott.
running gag at this point.
Like,
I have to.
I didn't know it was possible for somebody else to roll a big oof for you.
Turns out.
Turns out.
Turns out Snare has gifted you a big oop.
Team always go left.
All right.
We head off into the north room.
Other information that's interesting to note. The cracks. It's just a fascinating thing. They look like like how you see people patched, but upon rubbing it, you notice it's just frozen up like water vapor.
Oh.
That is like frozen into their own. It's just kind of interesting, as well as the fact that there are lit torches.
Lit, fam.
Lit.
All right.
And
I'm going to use one of them to
And they do not appear to be arcane in origin, so they are
Just generic, general store.
like they were lit by someone.
And
Yes,
something
someone
put
lit them
fire on
recently.
them. I'm gonna snag one so we can
Yeah.
be ready for the lights out.
All right. So team always go left.
North room.
North room. As you move.
We have an actual grid for what? This is weird.
Yeah. The light dims, but you have your torch, so you're set and ready to go.
Haha.
In the center of the room sits a box that has been seemingly frozen shut.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a knife at it. Wait, Grace, does a 20 hit?
Yeah.
I'm throwing a knife at it. You know what boxes and rooms do? You're not clever. 7 damage.
You're not clever.
You're not clever.
A very angry mimic.
What the hell?
It's like,
Fuck!
what the fuck, guys? You're supposed to try and open me.
You're not fucking funny.
Roll for initiative.
All right.
Oh gosh.
Turns the corner, sees a mimic. This is why Mom doesn't fucking love you.
14.
14.
6.
4.
14.
Teen.
4.
Teen.
We're gonna have to change your number from last time.
4
You got
back.
right.
6.
Sorry, I'm
You
used to
two
this.
roll off.
Roll off. 19.
17.
Cool. All right. The mimic is very angry and goes first.
Aww.
What a bitch.
I was hoping to throw the Founder's Fork and kill it before I had a chance to
It runs at Dave
Bring it on.
and rolls in with a sudden strike. So it rolls against half of your defense stats.
Yep.
And rolls a 2. So it does not hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pluck.
I will take a jab at it because I believe it's probably close enough for me just to whoop with the Founder's Fork. And I will roll a 2 on the die.
Cool.
So
Right.
I assume
I'm not used to the whole stabbing motion. I'm used to the stick of the wrist.
Well, I'm used to actually the throwing food at people motion.
And so throwing deadly implements at somebody is just kind of...
You're trying to like untrain your brain. Like, no, aim for the vital spots.
Exactly. All right, Dave.
21.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for inviting us.
You're a lizard, Harry.
You're a gizzard, Barry.
You're a hairy lizard.
22.
Yes, glad you could make it. Now we can start talking about our
22.
quarterly numbers.
Yeah,
So,
3,
this
6,
quarter we are actually exponentially up on bits.
We are
way up on
infinitely-
bits.
So much.
Infinitely up on bits this quarter. We have run into yet another mimic. Doing a very bad job of it.
But once again, our suspicion of all chests
Yes.
Has run true.
6.
We should fire Phil for marketing.
Yeah, because what does he bring to the table? Absolutely nothing.
I mean, he's not bringing in bits, that's for sure.
Right.
No,
Phil, dun dun. What is he good for?
absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
He's not worth it.
Okay.
Phil gets the one song.
But you know who also doesn't bring in any bits?
Fish content.
Fish content.
No, fish content brings in bits.
Yeah, fish content brings in bits.
Cool. All right. Pat.
All right. I mean, I guess we'll do what any sensible person would do when faced with a mimic. Attack it.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Since this is frozen, does it count as an ice foe?
Yes.
I would have asked that
Ooh.
if I had hit.
Well, that is a 14 to hit. Does that hit?
That does it.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah.
Are all ACs 13?
No.
This
don't
one's
think so.
14.
Oh, is it?
So that is 13 points of damage plus 2 fire damage. Well, and the next attack is a 19 to hit
I like that a lot.
for shut up.
Hello.
Sorry.
For 7 points of damage and 2 fire damage.
It's dead.
Does it spit
Okay,
out
but seriously,
any
all my
treasure?
noises were off when I restarted you. So what?
So I'm building a headcanon for what Dave's gonna do after this adventure's over.
Yeah.
And his life goals are to track down his love, the Beef Bandit, reform him, and together they're gonna scour the globe for mimics and reform them as well.
Oh gosh, dang it!
All right.
Treat them that it's hacking poor hapless adventurers who are just looking for treasure. Not the way to live.
Yeah. All right.
So we're gonna run basically a rescue ranch for mimics. They've been taught their whole lives that that's how they have to live, and you know it's not true.
That's
They can get a job.
That's wholesome.
I believe in that.
That's
Good job, you bum.
all right.
Hey, they're not bums yet. They live in sewers. They have homes.
True.
Well, I'm going to go
There's
ahead
things in
after
town.
this campaign then and fill in the job vacuum that is brought into existence by reforming all of them. So I'm just going to go stand in caves now.
This is like a hand outstretched with money. The other one on his weapon.
They go to grab the money.
Is that one of those treasure chests or is that a pat pat?
Oh, that's just another pat pat. Dang it, pat pat.
It's a third one this dungeon. How many pat pats are there?
You just like fight the pat pat. You never beat it, but he just like does things until you would have fought a mimic and says I surrender and just walks towards the next mimic.
I surrender. Put the next walks to the next room.
Oh
He's just
boy.
turning into that one guy like from the insurance company. Like, "Ooh, almost got it."
My dad used to joke that was my car insurance company
I remember making jokes about that.
because we'd never heard of the company before.
What?
Back when I got Infinity Insurance, my dad used to joke that Infinity Insurance was the fisherman with the dollar bill in it. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So,
So we go
So
into
room 5.
brick
the
tunnel.
stairwell.
we go into the bricked tunnel. We're in 4.
the
We have
tunnel
4 now,
continues.
We found the mimic in 3.
The tunnel continues straight for another 25 feet before opening into a large room with a 30-foot ceiling, giving it an almost open-air feeling. As you walk into the room, you spot your love. It's the Beef Bandit. He
I've been
seems
searching for so long.
he seems to be to have been conversing with 4 fry fiends, but as you walk in, these fry fiends disappear. Or appear a bit larger than ones that you've encountered.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
They disappear.
And then appear
fuck.
bigger and better.
Better than ever before.
They're standing on milk crates and they're dripping in batter.
But not.
Get
but
it, batter.
even more than that. The Beef Bandit himself seems like he might have been working out.
Ooh.
Behold, the Beefier Bandit.
He's so much beef.
Okay.
He's too much beef for one little barbarian to handle.
Or as they like to
That's
call
a lot
him,
of beef.
Yeah.
as they like to call him, the Beef Bandit Buffed.
Buff.
Ooh, BBB.
The PBB.
He always knew the way to my heart. Beefing up.
You know. Well, now, I didn't expect you to get past the constable. Nice to know that the world is still full of surprises. You know, I had a feeling when I saw that the vacant
He
beacon.
has feeling too.
Is he okay?
No.
No.
Okay. You think I should just like smack him, try and jog his memory?
Nah, it's probably the opposite of what you should be doing right now.
Oh.
I would recommend letting the Fry Fiends deal with him.
Have you seen how beefy he is?
Oh my gosh.
That's what I was thinking. Oh my gosh. Whew. Is it warming up in here? Is that just him?
It's actually pretty cold in here.
I think I must Sweating in my bacon armor.
I think his bacon's all cooked at this point.
Oh, yeah. Extra crispy.
Well, I'd say you're gonna regret the fact that the snake sneaked you in here. Your adventure ends here, my friends. I do apologize. But at least you're with me. Roll for initiative.
Alright, die. Oh no.
Also, because they're worthless, the findings are going to actually disappear.
No.
He's just like,
Even buffed, they're not worth it.
he's just like, I'll handle this. And they just kind of,
Is that a book decision or a Spencer decision?
that is a Spencer decision.
He doesn't want to run 5 monsters for him. They're just going to stand around being dumb.
Yeah.
Are they good hit Brandon or I?
They're 34 hit points and defensive 13. They're not.
I'm not crazy, right? This die has numbers on it higher than 5.
Yes.
Like they exist. I'm not
That's
just
a
seeing
2. I
Yes,
see some.
I see some.
I see a 1.
I needed to know that.
I even saw a 20 on there.
No, that was a 2.
I mean, I see it, but I haven't rolled it, so it's hard to say that it exists.
My initiative will be a 4 for this combat.
Okay.
Man, it's pretty low. It'd be pretty hard to beat. I got 1 this combat.
So, the nervous jitters are really good for initiative. I got an 18. I just really want to be in those BV arms right now.
Oh my gosh.
Charge straight forward into love. Choo choo.
I'm just dying in your arms.
Oh, for
tonight.
love.
Got 5.
Must have been
Something you said.
Could've walked away. What did Brock get?
Yeah, 5.
Wow, we suck.
Yeah.
I just missed him so much. I just don't understand.
No, I don't. I
Dave,
don't think I want
just love me. Smack.
Why can't you?
I just have to knock some sense into him, okay? The Ice Jester's gotten in and frozen his brain. He needs to just... The heat of love and passion needs to thaw him out.
All right.
I'm
Dave.
charging at it.
Dave, get him. Sick him, boy.
I just can't bring myself to hurt him. I got 9. I can't. Look at that beautiful face. I just can't hurt that. Just chiseled muscles.
Well, knowing what the hamburger actually looks like, it's not a very good face.
Oh, I'm gonna find
Sexy
burger.
hamburglar.
Yeah.
Hamburglar
Don't do
rule
it.
34.
Don't do it.
We can't show it on stream, but we can.
Oh, God.
I mean, depends on what it shows, because we're an adult stream.
Oh, right.
It's not me?
No.
He beat a 5. Oh.
You rolled 15.
Weird.
So did you beat a 5?
Be still my heart.
Don't you dare.
Yeah.
No, I'm saving this.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I want to see this now.
Oh, be still my heart. This is our beefy panda right here.
All right. As after you
My
run
phone
up to him
isn't
and
recording,
miss,
so I gotta plug it in.
that's a 19 to hit.
No, it hits me.
Oh my gosh.
Delicious.
Oh, jeez.
That's fucking scrumptious right there, buddy.
He is.
It's like the body of Channing Tatum with the face of Antonio Banderas. Just that moan from just like,
I mean, what you described is in no way, shape, or form my dream man, but that's not to say that it's that's not Dave's dream man.
Mm-hmm. All right then. So 19 to hit.
Yep.
Dancy hit.
He's giving some love to you.
Yeah, I still love tap.
9 physical.
Okay, so 4 physical.
Yeah.
He's showing such restraint. He knows he doesn't want to hurt me.
Right. What else he going to do? He is going to also deliver a swift kick in the pants if he can.
Ooh, I know what he's after.
That's going to be a 12 to hit.
No.
Nope. And
He knows he can't damage the precious goods.
Finally, he is going to be so salty and cast a cloud of salt into the eyes of any opponent within 10 feet, which is just you right now. And you need to make a grace roll of 17.
Oh, wow.
17.
You got it.
You can't keep your eyes off?
I can't. Not even the purest salts of the deep freeze can keep my eyes off of you.
Alright, Alfred, your turn. Alright, Alfred.
So
Finish
instead of you
him.
rolling, how about he rolls a DC 17
Ooh.
or 13 strength,
Strength.
right?
Yeah,
Load.
he failed that one.
Sweet. He's gonna get some slow burn,
Oh,
which is he takes 3 damage. Yeah, take 3 points of damage, and after every turn he'll take 3 more damage.
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
So actually, that's a smart way to start this one off.
That changes everything. I don't like it. That literally changes everything.
Whoa.
Dig, dig. Trio.
It does. Alright. You got him.
Alright, I will throw a regular knife at the beef bandit.
Cool.
That's a 6 on the die, so an 8 will miss, most likely.
Yes, it will. Alright. Pepe. You are not blinded by love. Or in this case, seeing clearly because of it.
Right.
Can't stop me now.
I'm going to go after some fry fiends.
We dismissed them.
Oh, you just dismissed them?
I'm like, yeah.
They actually did disappear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they actually did disappear.
Why? I wanted to fight some fry fiends. Oh, I guess I'm going to go fight this
Beefy boy.
this guy.
This beefy badass.
That worries me sometimes.
Oh, good. That is a 13. Okay. That is a 19.
That'll hit.
Okay. That is 6 points of damage.
Cool. Perfect. Alright. Back to you, Dave.
Alright, I have to knock some sense into him. I have to, as an 18.
That'll hit.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I need to knock his hold of you. Just clear out of the park. So 6 and 5 is 11, plus 4 is 15.
Alrighty. That's a hit.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast Fireball.
Oh dear. Okay, Loxus.
Lots of trouble has been caused. Cat butt. Looking straight at the camera. It
Sounds about right.
stares deeply into your eye. Alrighty then. So, face.
Not the face. That's totally what you said, right?
That is what I said.
Okay.
Not to come down buttons.
Not the control buttons.
It's 12 physical to Dave.
Hurt so good.
And miss. And a hit. 13 physical damage. So he got you with a slap in the face and then a swift kick in your pants.
Swift kick was 13.
Yeah.
And he takes 3 more damage.
And he takes 3 more damage.
I clap back.
Oh, there you go.
Clap back.
So in response to the kick in the pants, he takes 4. As I backhand him across the face. How dare you damage those precious goods?
Fair enough. These buns are blessed.
I think Spence is trying to break Austin. He's getting there.
Oh, his buns are quite blessed. I'm sticking to my headcanon. My headcanon says, this is my long-lost lover. He was actually a secret agent. He's a double agent for Wendys who was sent to infiltrate him. That's why he wasn't once the Hamburglar. He was the enemy of Ronald McDonald.
Oh my god.
But he was corrupted by the Ice Jester, and now his brain has freezer burn, and I have to thaw him out with the power of love.
Fair.
Power of love.
Yep.
Power of love.
Exactly, Batman.
Alright, well, I think it's go collect yourself. No, Alfred's first before me. Never mind.
Alfred. Get him.
Forgot you actually
Alfredo.
beat me.
Can you hit?
12. That's why I did the 3 damage last time.
At least you get it started.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. I will throw a second knife at him. It's 11 on the die for 13.
That'll miss. Alright, Pat Pat.
Alright, let's try this again. See what happens here. That is a 17 to hit
That'll hit.
for 10 damage.
Nice.
And then a 13 to hit, so that will miss.
That will miss.
And I'm done.
Alright, Dave.
Sometimes love hurts, baby. 23.
That'll hit.
It's for your own good, I promise. 3, 4, 8, 12.
Way hit.
Never. I know it dangles. I know that cord. You want to play with me? Come here.
Alright.
Hey, bud. Can you bring the phone with you?
Apparently.
Oh, I got a message. Thanks for doing that. Hey.
Nope, he does not hit you. Alfred also takes this next 3.
I try by real fast.
He doesn't want to hurt me.
Alrighty then.
It's getting through.
Alright, knife 3. It's a 4 on the die.
Pat Pat.
Alright.
We're just all rolling
Here we go.
badly.
Apparently.
Oh, that looks like a good number. Can't read it from here, though.
It's Billy.
It's a 19 plus
The beef bandit's
enough.
name is Billy.
Yeah, I'll get him.
Really?
Billy the beef bandit. It has now.
For 6 damage.
Austin has spoken.
And then a 16.
That'll hit.
Cool.
Billy, he's finally getting it.
For 5.
He's understanding that we're here to help him.
So, that happens. Stop!
In the name of love.
Why try? You stand before insurmountable odds. This place will be frozen, but there is place for those who would join the Jester.
Oh, my sweet Billy.
No, see, because that one's not actually an option. So, like, when you're stuck between, like, a rock and a hard place, you got to find a different way to go.
Usually,
And
you just
our
punch
way to
the-
go is just going to be to not...
It's like in the background,
Get
you just
frozen.
hear Dave, like between a rock and his butt.
So, yeah, we're just going to choose not to be frozen, I think is our choice. Because that's really the only reason that's not awful.
Billy, you must let us pass. We will fight the Ice Jester, and we will be triumphant.
Who fronts
I
Billy?
can't stop you today. But please, turn back from this folly. Enjoy the last days of the warmth as best you can.
Nah.
I will be back, Billy, and I will thaw your heart.
Nah, I think we're gonna keep
I don't
going
love-
and put a stop to all this nonsense.
But Pat is right. We must continue.
Your path is unwise.
I never
Love
said it
makes
was.
you do foolish things.
It's like you need to stop.
Listen. You can call the one path ahead of us anything you want. It's still the only one we got.
I see. I cannot change your minds.
Yeah, you're not changing his
I
mind,
wish
that's
you
for
luck
sure.
with your folly. I'm certain we will see each other again.
Oh, I'm certain of it.
He disappears.
He runs like a
off
little
like
bitch again.
Runs away with my heart.
Billy the Boosted Beef Bandit, bitch.
You watch your tongue back. Go collect yourself. Or I'll take this cast iron skillet and you'll shit pancakes the rest of your life.
That's true.
That sounds like a very unfortunate threat.
Thanks, I stole it from the movie.
You'll shit pancakes. Oh, right. Oh. Damn.
Based off a guesstimation, how much longer do you think we have to finish this part of the book?
More time than we got.
Oh, really?
Okay, well,
It is 10
maybe
o'clock
our
already.
Yeah.
mini boss is a good place to.
Yeah, it's probably a good place to stop because we got looking ahead, we've got a couple more like mini boss styles. Like this one's actually leading up to like a decent-ish climax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
That was still a pretty dang good session, though, I'd say.
we
Yeah.
got some,
Look on.
some decent role play done in there.
Oh, what's the TikTok? Why are you crying? Because she wants to marry you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I will marry you. That's what happened tonight.
The beef bandit's crying because you. I will marry you.
Alright. Now it's time to go find that die I threw over there.
All right. Well, there's anyone still there. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good night. Bye.